sure you're doing something for the first time. That's not something that you usually hear about when you're talking about a career that long. But yeah, it's pretty awesome to whoa. All of a sudden, sorry guys, all of a sudden, just had a guy just appear in my head.
That's the that's the PA announcement.
Man,
That is some.
You can turn that one down. There we go.
Sorry about that.
I was sitting there thinking, who else
That's
is on the broadcast?
Taking high tech. So tonight's weather, of course, is sunny, not a cloud in the sky, beautiful night for football. Weather is 83 degrees right now. Should get a lot cooler with winds out of the southeast, about 7 miles an hour. This stadium sits, we can show you on the cameras here, sits in kind of a bowl.
Yeah.
So not sure what effect that could have on the kicking game, but I tell you, Eagle Mountain did really good when they built this stadium. We love it.
It's unbelievable. It's kind of a mix between Crowley in terms of the way that it's built out and some of the EMSISD stadiums at the same time. When you look at like the field house slash the weight room over on the right side, it kind of replicates the Boswell one over there at Pioneer Stadium, but this one is still much more nicer. It's about like 2 or 3 years younger than the Pioneer one, and man, that thing is sweet. You're talking everything's got lettering here, everything's got branding everywhere. You can tell that the high school here has got a lot of cool things. So
Sean was going to get that under control.
Oh, do you want me to turn it completely off?
Yeah, just turn it completely down.
Okay.
he sounds great.
He sounds
He
great.
sounds great through the head.
So one of the things that they've got here with this stadium is we're able to pipe into, as you just heard, the stadium announcer's mic, the referee's mic. We'll have a good crowd mic for you. All the stuff they're not used to with our broadcast. So it should be fun tonight. The Eagle Mountain Knights come in. It's interesting. They're sitting in last place in District 3, 4, 8. And that is solely because they started out district with the toughest opponent that they could play probably in 4A.
Yeah, they faced the elite of the 4A.
South.
Yeah.
And the Rock Eagles. That one went those sideways. We can see the graphs on that key.
Yep.
We'll look at the standings there in the district. Very good. Then the Rock Eagles up on top, 6-0. They're playing Mineral Wells. The Grand Cedars at 1-0, 4-2. Same overall record as the Knights. You got the Mineral Wells Rams 3-3. So this district is starting off kind of tight, but
Yeah.
the Knights play the Bulldogs tonight, and unfortunately for the Bulldogs, they're sitting in at six.
Yeah, what makes it interesting, Jim, is the Boswell district, it's small. This one's even smaller. Yeah, there's only going to be 2 teams that don't make the district out of this district. We can go back to it.
Well, if you look at the schedule,
Yeah.
So they had actually 6 or 5 games prior to that were
Yeah.
non-district games.
You don't usually see a lot of teams that have that. Jim, it's crazy. You look at some districts in the state of Texas, and we're talking even smaller schools than this. There's some districts. There's only 4 teams in it, so everybody.
They got 5.
Yeah, they got 6. So they've got 6 in their district.
Yeah, 6 were getting.
Yeah, they've got 6 in their district, but like there's other districts in the state of Texas that only have like 4 schools in their district alone. So you get drawn in, you're like, man, I'm making the playoffs every 2 years. It's awesome.
I mean, look at some of the results of their games. They've only lost twice. Once to Grandview back on September 5th, and won semi-close, 34-25. But look at how many points that the Knights are putting up so far, and really not allowing a whole lot.
Yeah, and I'll tell you about that Grandview game. They lost by 2 scores, but I was following that game a little bit because that was the same night that the Pioneers were in part 1 of their 2-part series against the Saginaw Rough Riders. It was that same night, and man, Grandview was actually losing to Eagle Mountain at one point in that football game. So it was kind of a late push by Grandview to win, but you're looking at Grandview, that's a really good football program out in the 4A level, and it shows you kind of how quickly Eagle Mountain's coming along in the state of Texas, and especially in the 4A ranks where there's a lot of schools that can come out that are really, really good. You know, back in the day, Argyle was 4A. They were the team that was going throughout district play and winning the playoffs of the year. Now they're 5A. And then you look at Brock, who used to be 3A, now they're 4A, and they're continuing their dominance as well. So it's just really, it's crazy how everything's kind of starting to level out again in terms of, you know, a few years ago they introduced 6A. Well, it wasn't a few years ago, about a decade ago they introduced 6A into high school football, and now we're at that point where it's like, we're gonna have a 7A soon because all these teams that were 3A they're now bumping up to 4A and competing well at that level. So now the student body sizes are really increasing. But man, if you look at Eagle Mountain, they played some really tight games.
Well, you look at the team, so
Yeah.
those are some pretty decent opponents.
Yeah, and you know, Ferris, they're a program that has had some success in the past. Benbrook's had some success in the past, and Paradise is a really, really good win for them as well, and even Daxboro. So it's a very easily attainable playoff berth that is out there for Eagle Mountain. And I mean, you look at it seems like they only have to win 2 games, I think, to get in. How small the district is.
Well, looking at the rest of their schedule, Bridgeport's probably gonna be tough, Middle Wells could be tough,
Yeah.
Graham, all very tough games, but I could see this Eagle Mountain 19 finishing at least second.
I think so too. They're a good squad. I mean, you look at their team, not really the biggest passing team, and you tend to see this a little bit when you get lower in terms of districts and classifications in the Texas high school football ranks. It's a little bit different, you know, when you get into those lower schools. You don't really see a lot of teams throwing the ball over the football field. And this is how Eagle Mountain's really played. They only have 475 yards throughout the air of the season. But you look at what they've done on the ground, 1,300 yards on the ground, and it's all been led by their senior running back, Terry Starks. And you look at a guy that has 7.6 yards per carry, that jumps off the page right there. And that's what you highlighted it, Jim.
Yeah, 11 touchdowns for Starks, and he is the guy. You're gonna stop the Knights, you're gonna have to stop Starks.
Yeah.
You know, Vinny Olin, we saw him in the passing game, and he's pretty good as well.
Yeah, very good runner. He can also throw the football a little bit. And then you look at their receivers. Their leading receiver this season, Jackson Trammell, who used to be at Boswell this last season, transferred to Eagle Mountain, and he's really coming into his own a little bit.
Yeah, they got a couple of guys.
Yeah, a couple
If you
guys.
look at the graphic there, Justin Fox,
Yeah, Justin Fox was from Boswell as well.
Jackson Trammell, of course, he just said he's former pioneer as well, but their leading guy is Middleton.
Yeah, Middleton's got 2 touchdowns with Trammell. I mean, you look at him, 146 yards in the air. Hasn't gotten into the end zone yet, but you're looking at 20.9 yards per reception for Jackson Trammell. He's been really good. Only 7 receptions on the year versus Middleton, who has 11. But you look at the foundation of this Eagle Mountain roster, there's a lot of 11s across the board, a lot of 12s. So this is a little bit of an older unit. But you look at next year's team, they could be something to really work with.
You know, I'm glad you mentioned that, thing, because this is the first, all these seniors, this is the first graduating class.
Yeah.
For Eagle Mountain.
Very cool. Very cool to even call yourself that you're the first ever class. You know, the kids back in the day that went to Boswell were the first classification that graduated. They probably back then. I was back in the day. I was the first class graduate of Boswell. I graduated when it was just farmlands out there, and now it's a little bit different time now. Now there's a time where we're going to be in 60 years. We may have domes over high school stadiums at some point. Yeah, jumbotrons. And, you look at Vinny Olin, he may be sitting here at 78 years old, looking on his back porch out here on Bond's Ranch, going, "Man, I remember when this stadium didn't have a dome." So.
Well, it is, I mean, you're at the stadium, and you see the cheerleader there, but it's sports from all schools, recognizing the president or awareness that's not, so that's kind of cool. We'll see the players, I'm sure. We're gonna take a quick break and recognize some of our sponsors of tonight's football game. And when we come back, we'll continue with the breakdown We'll have the national anthem and the kickoff. Stay with us here on Boswellsports.
It's Football Friday night. For the brand we stand, we fight. With the blue and gold, side by side, we bleed. Off of 7-3 through 35 down on Boat Club Road. There's a place folks gather and let their troubles unload. Red's Barbecue delights under a Texas sky, with brisket, sausage ribs, and chicken fry. Juicy burger stacking high, Red's fries on my plate. Flavor so rich my mouth can't wait. Pay the man, he's got the magic touch. A bite of heaven, it's never too much. Oh, Red's Barbecue, make you move like a cow. Tasting Texas pride, no stopping now. From sun up to sundown, this place feels right. Red's Barbecue, every single bite. Fried steak, crispy and brown, the tastiest food in our little town. The sauce is poured with love, smoking so fine. Every meal there is a grand old time, with friends and tunes under the barbecue lights, laughing and eating through the warm summer nights. Grill marks are painted, a culinary art. Red's Barbecue knows the way to my heart. Oh, Red's Barbecue, make you move like a cow. Tasting Texas pride, no stopping now. From sun up to sundown, this place feels right. Red's Barbecue, every single bite. Barbecue, make you move like a cow. Tasting Texas pride, no stopping now. From sun up to sundown, this place feels right. Red's Barbecue, every single bite.
Thinking about saving money on insurance? Think no more. The answer is Lone Star Insurers, a Paul Jacobs agency. We have just the right coverage for you. Auto, home, health, life, recreational vehicles, and more. See how we can save you money on your monthly premiums with these products. All-State Progressive, MetLife, Mercury, and Unitrade. Call today for a free quote. Lone Star Insurers is locally owned. Find them at 8101 Boat Club Road, 325, Fort Worth, Texas 76179, or call them at 817-236-2886.
Click, flash, the moment's gone, but with Sandy it still lives on. Jan Friday nights and birthday cake, poster weddings full of love we make. The senior smiles, friends so true, every shot is just for you. It's only you, just live it, she'll come through, capturing the moment so you don't have to. Sandy's Sandy's action photography, memories in Sandy's action photography, memories in motion.
Sandy's action photography is there to capture the moments you find dear. She is there to make sure you never miss those important moments that will last a lifetime. From the field to chapel, let her do the work for you. Sandy's action photography has been a pioneer favorite for 20 years. Contact us for your special event at saj872@yahoo.com or call us at 817-253-9510 today.
Sandy's action photography, memories in motion.
Okay, we're back.
All right, welcome back to Boswellsports and the special presentation of Eagle Mountain Night Football. We understand we're having some issues with our sound, and we'll try to work on that and hopefully improve as the game goes on. But got a big one here tonight as the Knights are looking to pick up their first win in district. You see them coming out of the
Hello.
locker room there and heading for the big inflatable Knight helmets, which is pretty cool. And Peyton, what do you think the keys are tonight for the Knights?
Yeah, I think that the biggest thing is establishing the run early, like they've done throughout the season, and just really ground and pound it with Terry Starks. That's been their workhorse. He's going to get to, or he should get to 1,000 yards tonight on the season, which is quite remarkable, I would say, when you're talking about what is this week, game 7 for them here, game 7 on them for them. So I mean that is just phenomenal. You've seen how well he's done this season, but you know, if this game ends up becoming a shootout, they're going to have to show the football a little bit, and it's going to be really intriguing to see how Jackson Triangle and some of those other guys step up at the receiver position. But like I said, establishing the run tonight is going to be huge, and it seems like the wind has died down just a little bit. When we were driving up, the wind was really blowing at some point. So if people are going to have to start throwing the football, if you're going from right to left, it's going to be some a ball coming. You know, you're going to have some velocity coming behind it, whereas if you're coming against it, it's going to be a little bit tougher. But here they come out of the tunnel, and man, those guys look sweet.
Yeah, they do. Like the Knights uniform, black helmets, black jerseys with gold pants. They've got several guys running the flags. Carrying the American flag is taken in the middle to the wide receiver. And
Oh, look at this here. They got freaking sparklers on their side.
wow. Waiting for the Bulldogs to come out.
Yeah, Burkburnett's got some craziness going on over there. It looked like a whole light show happening.
Something we just started a couple weeks ago when we found out when we were, who was it, Mansfield? No, Crowley. We played Crowley. We actually now have your officiating crew for you tonight as well, led off by head referee Brian Arrington, and then Courtney Mims is the umpire. Sean Colwell is the head linesman. Line judge Roger Jones. Field judge Jeremy Branstellen. Side judge Joshua Rourke, and back judge Rob Ritzel. So Jim, you guys still sound like you're in a tunnel, and I sound like I'm fabulous.
Well, you are fabulous.
I've got a reward for you. There you go.
Oh, sweet.
My wife just brought it in.
So yeah, for those of you that don't know, again, we normally do the Boswell broadcast. Everything's set up for the Boswell broadcast. Keith, with his son being a Eagle Mountain Knights, I think, what did we do?
Look at that.
Yeah, Knights. What did we do? The Knights game, since Boswell is in the buy-in. Okay, let's do it. Well, it takes a lot of preparation to get this thing going. We have to build the slides and get all the stats together. And so we had really just about 5 days to get this done. And so that's what we done. So there will be a little technical issue here and there. Like I say, we'll do what we can to get things up and running, and we'll try to work on that sound so that you guys can hear this at home. We do this for the kids because we know that if we don't do it, nobody else will.
Nope.
And so we're happy to broadcast the Eagle Mountain Knights in this game against Burkburnett.
And the other thing too, Jim, that, you talk about doing this for the kids, I can see my house from where we're at up here in the booth. And, I was posted the link to the YouTube on our community's Facebook page. And a lot of people are like, I'm so glad you're doing this for us, because we've got family that are farther away that don't get a chance to come up and watch the football game and watch our son play. And now they actually get a chance to do that. When we do the Boswell games, we've got a lady that lives in London and stays up till 2 o'clock in the morning watching the game. We've had people from South Africa to South America to Central America, all over the place.
Yeah, certainly a wide audience from around the world. Tonight, it's all Eagle Mountain nights, and there are your field captains. We've got
Yeah.
for those guys as well,
Come on.
as they head out to center field. And your captains tonight, from right or left to right, is number 8, Terry Starks, number 74, Paxton Walsh, and number 5, Justin Fox, number 11, Tyler Self. And for the Bulldogs, number 77, which is Seth Taylor, number 22 is Cooper Riley, number 0, which is something you don't see very often, Luke Kilpatrick. And if I can get a number on the guy right by the referee, we will let you know who that is.
And we're about to do the national anthem, it looks like.
Yep, we'll have the national anthem after this. Let's see who wins the toss. Okay, so the other captain is number 7, Brady Boyd.
How hard is it to score 42 points and still?
And Keith, let's see, maybe we can turn up the crowd mic and the referee mic.
Yeah, let's hope it's not the
Yeah.
PA guy sounded great, but oh, the beauty of new stadiums, guys.
So-
If you've watched the broadcast in the past with us, we don't really get great audio of the officials.
Yeah,
That is changing tonight, so that is a blessing, and it just shows how unbelievable this stadium is.
so if you missed it, Eagle Mountain did win the toss. They have decided to defer to the second half, and so they will kick off, from the south zone, and the Burkburnett Bulldogs will defend the north goal. Burkburnett is dressed in black with white jerseys and orange numbers and black helmets. We will pause for the national anthem.
It's not much. So it's like a started thumping just a second ago. Okay.
All right, great rendition there by the middle school choirs here at Eagle Mountain High School Stadium. We want to appreciate you guys again for tuning in tonight for our special presentation of Eagle Mountain Night Football. Got Burkburnett versus Eagle Mountain tonight, and shaping up to be a great second district game of the season for both of these teams. Both of them coming into this game 0-1 in district play with Burkburnett. Yeah, without a win so far this year. Yeah, ready to get this one kicked off and underway. Ready to kick this one away for the Knights. Look over the left side of the screen. Have 3 returning. As they go see to open this game. It is a beautiful night here at Eagle Mountain High School, and we are underway. This one will fall into the end zone for a touchback. So Burkburnett will take over at their own 25-yard line. We talked about it a little bit in the pregame. The struggles that Burkburnett has had throughout the season. They come into this game 0-6 on the year, 0-1 district play. Big 94 Eagle Mountain to get their
come out 3 wide. The running back out to their right. They'll fake the handoff, throw a little bubble route out to the right side. He's not going to get much, though. Get a gain of about a yard or 2. That was
number 7, Brody Boyd's
Caden
pass
Gerstner
complete to number 3, Caden Gerstner.
on the reception.
Tackle made by number 20, Gavin Trevino.
So Gavin Trevino with the tackle.
That's better. That's better. Because that's coming through Peyton's now.
So here's a handoff. And again, not much for Burkburnett. A group of Knights were there to bottle that one up, and we already got a 3rd down coming up for Burkburnett as
Number
we're
0,
rejoined
Luke
by
Kirkpatrick on the
Jim.
carry.
Yeah, had to work on the sound a
Made
little
by
bit. I
number
think we might have
53,
got it
Jason
fixed.
Lunsford.
I think we're good now.
Gain of 1 brings up 3rd and 8.
So 3rd and 8 now for the Knights. They're going to go a 2-back set with 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Back to pass. Looking, scanning, throws this one. It one is almost caught. There's a late flag
Flag down on the play.
that comes in. This one will likely be against Burkburnett.
Cortez
Hold.
Cunningham there on the
Personal foul,
defense.
hands to the face, 5 defense, 15-yard penalty,
Wow.
automatic first down.
So it is against Eagle Mountain. So what looked like was going to be a 3 and out for Burkburnett. They are bailed out by Eagle Mountain with the hands to the face there. And Coach is not going to like that one, Jim.
Not at all. Yeah, you get them into 3rd down. Looked like you were gonna push them into 4th down, and instead they get a fresh set of downs, keep the drive alive.
Yeah, we sound a lot better now.
So now Boyd in the gun. Boyd, fake handoff's going to just heave this one up deep down the field on the right side. It's caught.
Oh, lost it
incomplete.
at the last second.
Wow. He just threw
Boyd's
that
pass
ball
falls
up
incomplete, intended
for
for number
Griffin
10,
Johnston.
Griffin Johnston.
Griffin Johnston almost came up with it.
Pass defended by number 3, Affin Bolin.
We just don't hear it.
Do we have crowd at all? No? Are they both split up?
So Brady Boyd.
So they're both, both of them are up. I don't hear the crowd though.
Boyd in the gun with a sniffer to his left. He'll hand it to the left side. And again, not much for Burkburnett. And it'll set up Again, another third down. So an opportunity for Eagle Mountain to get their defense off the field here, Jim.
Handoff to number 0, Luke Kirkpatrick.
Okay, we want to pull that down just a little, Keith.
Tackle made by number 5, Justin Fox.
There's that familiar Justin Fox, played
It's third down.
played linebacker for the Pioneers a couple of years ago.
Yeah, played receiver and linebacker. He's now doing it with the Knights. So Boyd in the gun here on third down, back to pass, under pressure, and they're going to bring him down. It is a group of Knights that will come up with the sack.
Number 7, Brody Boyd, brought down in the backfield by number 54, Keegan Zamansky.
Keegan Zamansky on the sack for the Knights, and they will finally get the punting unit on for Burkburnett. And good pressure there from both of the edge rushers for Eagle Mountain.
Well, and that's the way you do it, Peyton. You know, even though you get the adversity with the penalty, you come back and you get another.
So this one will be returned by Mahmoud Hussein, and he's going to just take this one across midfield and well into Burkburnett territory, and that is how you set up a great field position for your first offensive drive of the game.
Kick punt return, flag down on the play.
But there is a flag down. That typically means that it may be going back, but it looks like it is at the original line of scrimmage of the punt. We'll see what the indication is, hear what the infraction is, as we now have audio from the officials, which is
We hopefully do.
quite thrilling. So here is the indication. It looks like it is going to be going against Burkburnett, as they've gone over to Coach Mullen's side of the field to see if they want to accept it or decline.
Coach Mullins, a former coach
Yeah.
at Boswell. When we first started doing the broadcast almost 20 years ago, he was on Coach Abanshan's staff. Had a real good, successful career at Tulane.
Okay, we have offsetting penalties. We have 5 in the backfield, offense. We have running into the kicker, defense. Penalties offset. We will replay the down, 4th down.
So we'll replay the punt here, actually, with 5 in the backfield for Eagle Mountain, and then a infraction of running into the punter for the Knights. So we'll repunt again, and I guess they just wanted to see Hussein just take this one back again. Give him another opportunity.
Give him a second chance.
And yeah, Jim, you just mentioned it. Coach Mullins, really good defensive back coach for the Pioneers for a long time on Coach Abanshan's staff. Ended up moving down to Toller for a few years, and actually got them into state title contention for a few of those seasons. And we kind of knew with the new high school opening up that there was a lot of rumors that Coach Mullins was going to be returning over to the Saginaw area, and sure enough, he did. And he is such a bright coach for this young program. As this one is a worse punt than the first one, it will not be returned, but it'll work out better for Burkburnett.
Yeah.
So the penalties,
Took a
the
good
offsetting
roll for him.
penalties ended up helping out as there's no return compared to what was the
Punt by
return
number
from
3,
Hussein.
Katie
So
Gerstner.
Eagle Mountain will now take over. They're in their
Ball will be
own
placed
territory.
at the 33-yard line. First down, Knights.
So Jim, Terry Starks, senior tailback for Eagle Mountain, has been a stud this year running the football, over 900 yards on the ground, and he's going to be looking to be that workhorse again tonight versus Burkburnett. So
Got Vendioli there in the backfield as well.
yeah, Vendioli, a quarterback who is also a threat to run the football. Starks to his right. Vendioli will hand it off to Starks, and a good push by the offensive line out to the 35-yard line, so it's about a gain of 4.
Yeah, just straight ahead, smash mouth.
Hand off
picks
to
up
number
4.
8, Terry Starks. Tackle made by number 9, Reese Minimo.
So now Vendiola back in the shotgun with 2 receivers to the left and the right. Starks to the right of him. Here's a handoff to Starks. Big hole. Starks will get the first down and more. Out to the 50. Breaks
Still
a
on his
tackle.
feet.
Still on his feet. Out to the 40 and inside the 35-yard
Number
line.
8,
They'll mark
Terry
him
Starks
down
on
at
the
the
carry.
34 or 33, excuse me. And what a run from Terry Starks, just picking up where he's left off this season.
Yeah, just a good burst of speed on that right side between
That
the
play
tackle
results
and
in
the
an
guard.
Eagle Mountain first down.
That's why you see that Starks is so dangerous.
Yeah, with this team, Jim, I mean, it could just be a run type of ball game all night for Eagle Mountain. We talked about how they don't really throw for a lot of yards, and why have to when you have a guy like Starks that can really run the football. Vignola will throw it out to the left side, dangerous pass, but it is caught. That is Avin Bolin.
Number 2, Bryson Vindiola's pass complete to number 3, Avin Bolin.
So Bolin
forced
gets
out of bounds
to
by
the
number 1,
22-yard
Austin
line.
Brown.
Yeah, very close to the first, or they did.
And that's another Eagle Mountain first down.
Got the first down. Good awareness right there at the sticks.
So first down again for the Knights, and their offensive possession has just gone terrific to start the night. They'll now have a sniffer out to the left with Stark still in the game in the backfield. Vindiola hands it to Starks. Starks loses the football ball. The ball is on the ground, and it is recovered by Burkburnett. So a great drive from Eagle Mountain is now stalled short with the fumble by Starks,
Fumble
and now Burkburnett will take over.
Caden Gerstner.
Keith, do we have a replay on that?
That's what I'm trying to do, but it's not.
So we tried to get the replay. We'll work on it throughout the night if we can't get it.
Burkburnett will take over at the 26-yard line.
But a huge gift for Eagle Mountain, Jim, to cough that football up. Had a good drive going. Starks.
Yeah, I did, but it.
I think we just saw it pop up for a little bit, but then it went
Tried
away.
to.
Yeah, we'll work on that throughout the night, guys. As we've said, that with the new packages and stuff that we've implemented into the broadcast, it's going to be take a little bit of time to kind of work out. Here's a fake handoff for Burkburnett. Now they'll throw it out to the left side. It's a broken tackle, a first down. Good yard after the catch there by George Mosley, senior receiver.
Number 7, Brody Boyd's pass complete to number 11, George Mosley.
Burkburnett tonight, Jim, they're just not afraid to throw the football.
Forced out of bounds by number 24, Mahmoud Hussein.
Well, what I liked about really the both sets of series is that the Knights seem to be in control. Just got to clean up some of the mistakes.
There's a handoff to the 41-yard line for Burkburnett.
Handoff to number 0, Luke Kirkpatrick. Tackle made by number 9, Cortez Cunningham.
Burkburnett in this game so far has yet to get across midfield.
Gain of 4 on the play brings up 2nd and 6.
To have that happen for the first time on the night on their second possession. It's a beautiful night here at Eagle Mountain. Boyd in the gun. He's got Kirkpatrick to his right. Boyd will hand it off to Kirkpatrick, but a hoist of Knights are there, and they'll stop him up at the 44-yard line.
Yeah, just a good job that time filling in the gaps and limiting the run to 3 yards.
It's
number 0,
quite
Luke Kirkpatrick on the
Jim,
carry.
with the,
tackle made by number 5, Justin Fox.
Throughout our games so
It's
far this
third
season,
down.
It's been a lot of quick first halves with a lot of teams just running the football a lot. As that just came through our ears. May have to turn that down until the officials pop up.
That was actually.
Here's a fake handoff. Boyd will throw it out to the left side. A deep pass again, and it is incomplete. Intended for George Mosley, as Burkburnett has just not been afraid
Boyd's
to throw
pass
the
falls
football
incomplete,
tonight.
intended for number 11, George Mosley.
Yeah, Cunningham there with him stride for stride. If he was going to catch that football, it was going to be out of bounds.
So we got 4th down and 3 now for Burkburnett, and it looks like they're going to keep their offense out on the field. And if you're 0-6, Jim, I mean, why not?
Well, I don't know. I don't like this call here. Eagle Mountain has showed the ability to move the football. I think you punt this away and make them go the length of the field.
So Boyd in the gun. They'll actually snap it. Here's the handoff to Kirkpatrick. Kirkpatrick's going to be close to 6. He's got it. It's a first down. So the gamble pays off for Burkburnett, and they'll be down at the 49-yard line. Still have not crossed into Eagle Mountain territory, but
number 0,
good run
Luke
there from
Kirkpatrick on the carry.
And that's why
Tackled
I'm
by
in the
number
booth
10,
and
Bryson
not down there
Ivey.
on the
That
sideline.
results in a Bulldog first down.
But it was a big gamble. I mean, you get a stop there, give Eagle Mountain the short field. I think they go in for 6.
Yeah, I do too. So Burkburnett will stay on the field. Have not been afraid to throw the football tonight. Boyd in the gun. He'll fake the handoff, looking, throws it to the left side. He hesitated a little bit, but this one is dropped by Mosley. He was wide open, was going to get a good gain of about 7 or 8, and was just
Boyd's
in and
pass
out of
falls
the
incomplete.
hands.
Intended for number 11, George Mosley.
So we're noticing a little bit of a trend tonight, Jim. George Mosley getting a lot of the targets.
Yeah, kind of their go-to guy so far.
And Boyd has not been afraid to throw it. 2nd down and 10 from their own 49-yard line. Boyd looks, throws it to the right side. It looked like it was no, he pumped and now throws it deep downfield. And this one will be incomplete. Good coverage
wow,
downfield.
Good coverage by the Knights.
So
Boyd's pass falls
he
incomplete.
faked me out up here with the pump
Intended
fake.
for number 22, Cooper Riley. Pass broken up by number 20, Gavin Trevino.
So now with
Trevino, good job back there.
It's 3rd down.
So now with the 3rd and 10 from the 49-yard line. And it looks like I thought a timeout may have been coming from Coach Mullins, but they decided not to. And Jim, I think if they've showed that they're not afraid to go for it. I think they need about 5 yards here to feel a little bit comfortable going for it on 4th down. Boyd's going to throw it to the left side. This one looked like it was caught. And it is. He took a big hit out of bounds. That was Caden Gerstner with a big reception while taking a big pop. Do we have a replay on that?
Boyd's pass complete
Keith?
to number 3, Caden Gerstner.
Replay's not working.
Replay is not working. We are
tackle made by
we're
number
out
24,
on the replays
Mahmoud
right now.
Hussein.
And Jim,
That is a
we
Burkburnett
talked about
first
this
down.
last week. We haven't seen a lot of we've never seen a guardian cap in high school football. We have one tonight. The center for Burkburnett has a guardian cap on. He's got that shell on his helmet. We usually see that in the NFL.
Yeah, I saw a statistic just a couple of days ago about those guardian caps and the
Handoff to number
improvements of the
23,
helmets.
Alejandro Diaz
And they have
II.
improved the concussion
Tackle made by number 11, Tyler Self.
85%.
It's crazy. It's crazy, and you feel it. It's not even like the most protective thing ever. It's like a little padding, but you see a lot of NFL guys wearing it, and the technology and keeping guys safe from concussions is just really improving. Boyd's under pressure. He's going to scramble out to the right side. This one is caught. Broken tackle here.
Flag on the play.
The flag is down. He'll get down at the 15-yard line, and Jim Burkburnett really making things happen on this
Flag down on the
offensive
play.
possession.
Yeah,
We'll see what the
definitely.
indication is here.
Definitely not going quietly into the night.
Personal foul, face mask, 9 defense, 15 yards added to the end of the run. First down.
Wow, that hurts.
Yeah, so that'll hurt the Knights again.
Correction, that is half the distance.
It's half the distance to the goal now. So, Jim, this side of the field, we're looking at the ball's going to be spotted at the 8-yard line. Got 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Boyd, fake handoff. Hands it off. And they'll get a gain of a couple.
Handoff to number 0, Luke Kirkpatrick.
So in this game, Jim, they have
Tackle
not
made by
been
number 4,
afraid
Idris Ngakion.
to throw the football. Their big guy tonight has been none other than Mosley. You look at Mosley right over here. You can get a little indication on him. There he is. Watch out for this guy on your screen. He's got to really watch out for.
Look at you go, Peyton.
had to break it out. Had to break out the telestrator.
Too bad we don't have the replay to work with, but we'll work on the replay.
So Boyd in the gun. He'll actually hand it off to Kirkpatrick, trying to make something out of nothing. He'll get inside the 5 to
Nice
the
gain
2.
down to the 2.
Yeah, a good run. So now you're looking at 3rd and goal, Jim, from the 2. It may
Number
be
0,
4 down
Luke-
territory
Luke
if you're
Kirkpatrick on the
Burkburnett.
carry. Tackled by number 5, Justin Fox.
There's Justin Fox
Yeah,
again with
It's
the tackle.
third
tackle of the
down.
night for Justin Fox.
I'm really impressed when you look across the other side of the field how many people traveled from Burkburnett with the team.
Yeah, Burkburnett, for those of you that don't know, that are watching here from Eagle Mountain, it's about, a 2.5-hour drive. You go up past Wichita Falls, about 20 miles, I think, just northwest of Wichita Falls.
Timeout. Eagle Mountain. It's
So,
the
yeah,
first charge timeout of the half.
It's a pretty good track.
Big travel for them, and there is a timeout on the field. I think we're going to take one as well here on Boswellsports, but here at Eagle Mountain.
At Chick-fil-A Saginaw.
It's Football Friday night. For the brand we stand, we fight. With the blue and gold, side by side, we bleed.
If you're a fan of classic rock and tired of hearing the same old songs over and over, you need to tune in to the zoo.net. Thousands of songs in the library. Radio like it used to be. Radio as it should be. It's on the internet 365 days a year, 24 hours a day, and it's free. The best classic rock of all time. It's the zoo.net.
The internet's best classic rock. The Zoo.
Just so you know when to turn it up. So here we go. 3rd down and goal from the 2-yard line for Burkburnett. And Jim, what are you expecting here?
Following the timeout, it's
I think
3rd down.
I think they just run it up the middle.
So Kirkpatrick has had a really good start tonight on the ground. Boyd in the gun. And this looks like it's going to be a false start. We'll get the indication here from the official, Keith. We'll try to find the white hat.
Right there in the middle, at about the.
False start. Offense. 5-yard penalty. Still 3rd down.
So that'll back him up 5, and we're looking at now a 3rd down and goal from the 7. And now, Jim, if you don't get it, and if you don't get a lot of yards here, now you may be thinking you just got to take the points and get 3.
Yeah. And, I mean, that's a victory for the Knights if they can hold them to 3 here.
So Boyd now in the gun. I would watch out for Mosley, top of your screen, left side. He's one-on-one with the receiver. They'll hand it off to Kirkpatrick, who gets it inside the 5 to the 4-yard line.
Wow. So they're now 4th down.
Hand off to number 0, Luke
They
Kirkpatrick.
have to score.
Tackle made by number 4,
And I think they're going to bring the field goal unit out here, Jim. Just take the points. I feel like if they would have had about 2 more yards where they were sitting at on that 3rd down and goal from the 2, they would have likely gone for it. But with 4 yards to go,
21-yard attempt. Here it is. The kick is up, and it is good. So the Bulldogs get on the board first.
Field goal is good by number 3, Caden Gerstner. And that brings our score to Burkburnett 3, Eagle Mountain 0.
Yeah, so Gerstner's he's had himself a bit of an impact tonight, both in the receiving game and now gets some points in the field goal unit. So
yeah, I mean, it's interesting.
This is our Taco Casa family. Since 1990, we have been serving.
It's interesting that the Eagle Mountain Knights came out their first series on defense, a couple of 3rd downs, and they're able to get the football. They go down, get into Burkburnett territory down to the 35-yard line. They have the fumble, and then Burkburnett just kind of came alive.
Yeah, and this is really, I think, Jim, the kind of the dream start for Burkburnett. Haven't really allowed much besides that good drive that they had on that 2nd possession. And yeah, I mean, this is a golden opportunity here for Burkburnett to try and get their first win of the year.
The Knights coming into this game heavily favored, find themselves down by 3.
Burkburnett ready to kick this one away. And it looks like it'll be, it will be returned at the 25. It'll be brought down at around the 27-yard line. So that is where Eagle Mountain will take over after a really good drive on their last possession. It resulted in a fumble from Starks.
Number 3, Avon Bolin on the kickoff return.
So, yeah, Eagle Mountain just needs to settle in, settle down, clean up some of the mistakes, and take control of this football game.
It's quite simple to do, Jim. I mean, Starks has really been their guy all season. I don't think you're in a spot where you need to go away from him at all. at this point in the football game. And so here we go. 1st and 10 for the Knights. They'll hand it off to Starks. A big hole again up the middle and just slingshot it out of the backfield there for a good gain.
Yeah, Starks, if I remember right, is getting 7 yards, averaging 7 yards per carry. And there you see it there as he picks up a
Handoff to number 8, Terry
gain
Starks.
of 10 and the first down. You get
Tackle
that
made
every
by number
time.
18, Riley Morgan.
You know, you're in the end zone
And
for
that's
too
an Eagle
long.
Mountain first down.
So, Jim, what I think is happening with the replay is that it's not got a long enough buffer to it. So that's what we got to go ahead and fix.
So here's a handoff to Starks, left side. I'll bring it out to the 40-yard line.
Yeah, the
Handoff
Bulldogs
again to
got
number
good
8, Terry
pressure that
Starks.
time. Just an arm tackle missed, and
Tackle initiated by
Starks
number
showing
22,
his strength
Cooper
there, picks
Riley.
up 3.
So Starks continuing to be the main workforce on the ground for the Knights. Vindiola in the gun with 2 backs. Here's a handoff to Starks, but he is just dropped about a yard or 2 behind the line of scrimmage, and Burkburnett was in the backfield fast.
Yeah, Matthew Bentley
Number 8, Terry
in there
Starks on the
very
carry.
quickly through the line.
Tackle made by number 9, Reese
Was able
Menino.
to make that tackle in the backfield.
So now you're looking at a 3rd down and long for the Knights here, and obvious passing situation with Vindiola at the quarterback position. We talked about in the pregame, not a lot of passing yards so far this season for Eagle Mountain, a very run-first team. Vindiola back to pass, looking. He's got all the time in the world. Now the pocket collapses, and it looks like he falls as he was a little hesitant to scramble out of there. Gets to the back position. We talked about him in the 40-yard line. Not a lot of passing
Yeah, he had
yards
his leading
so
wide
far this
receiver.
season for Eagle
I think
Mountain. A
that
very
is
run-first
the-
team. Yeah, so the replay did pull up. Vindiola back to pass. I think we've looking. He's
So
got
look
all
at
the time in the
13
world.
right there, the
Now the
40-yard
pocket
line.
collapses, and it looks like he falls as he was
Man, he was wide
a little
open.
hesitant. So it'll bring up a. So 4th down now for Eagle Mountain, and they will punt this one away. Burkburnett, surprisingly, will get the ball back up 3, and Eagle Mountain a good save at the goal line. Did that get? Did they stop so far this season for Eagle Mountain? A very
That
run-first
isn't-
team.
oh,
no, it is going to be a touchback. It looks
Vindiola
like back to pass. Looking, he's got all the time in the world.
Number
Now
2,
the
Bryson
pocket
Viniola's
collapses, and it looks like he
punt goes into the
falls
end
as
zone
he
for a
was
touchback.
barely went
Little
into the end
hesitant.
zone. So almost
That's
an
the end of the
opportunity
first quarter.
for Eagle Mountain. And that will be
brings us to
the end of the first
Our
quarter.
score,
We'll take a
Burkburnett
quick timeout
3,
here
Eagle Mountain
on
0.
Eagle Mountain Sports.
It's Football Friday night. For the brand we stand, we fight. With the blue and gold side by side, we bleed.
Click, flash, the moment's gone, but with Sandy it still lives on. Jan Friday nights and birthday cake, grocery weddings full of love we make. The senior smiles, friends so true. Every shot is just for you. It's only you, just live it, she'll come through. Capturing the moment so you don't have to. Sandy's Sandy's action photography, memories in Sandy's action photography, memories in motion. Click, flash, the moment's gone, but with Sandy it still lives on.
Back position. We talked
Boyd
about
will
will
hand
hand
it
it
off
off
to
to
the
the
right
right
side.
side. A lot of passing yards. And
so
good
far this
carry
season
there
for
Eagle Mountain, a very
to
run-first team. 25-yard line.
Number 18, Riley
Vindiola
Morgan on
back
the
to-
run.
That was Riley Morgan. Back position. We talked about in the pregame.
On the carry.
Not a lot of passing yards so far this season for
Burkburnett.
Tackle made by number 23, Ladarius Williams.
Back position. We talked about in the pregame. Jim, golden opportunity with the ball up 3 on the road. Boyd fake handoff. Under pressure. Boyd's going to be sacked. Big time sack there from the Knights.
Yeah, that's number
23,
12,
Ladarius.
Matthew
Number 7,
Neal.
Brody Boyd, sacked in the backfield by number 5, Justin Fox.
Well, they're going to credit
Back
Justin
position. We talked
Fox.
about
but
in
I saw Neal in there as well, and man, Fox has been the leader on this defense tonight
Loss
for
on
the
the play
Knights.
brings up
Yeah,
third
he's been a
and
stud so
11.
far. So it'll be a 3rd down and 11 now for Burkburnett. And in this game, they've really been throwing the football a lot. They've been relying on their quarterback, Brody Boyd. So Boyd in the gun. And a quad formation. They'll send a receiver out in motion. Little end around. It's a fake. It's going to be a screen out to the right side. Eagle Mountain's all over it, though. Breaks a tackle and gets it to the 25-yard line. They're going to be well short of the 1st down.
Well, you know, their first series, they weren't afraid to go for it on 4th. Let's see what they do here.
Yeah, it looked like they were
Boyd's
thinking
screen
about
pass
keeping the
complete to
unit
number
back out,
18,
but they
Riley
will
Morgan.
not. They will bring out
Forced out
the
of bounds by
punting
number
unit.
23, Ladarius Williams. And that'll bring up 4th down.
So good job by the Knight defense to get a stop. Now they just have to do something with their offense.
Caden Gerstner will punt this football away. He made the field goal earlier, and it's a good punt. It'll be returned at the 39-yard line. Looked like the ball may have gone on the turf
Flag
there.
down on the play.
Well, he looked like maybe the turf monster got a hold of him just for a moment.
There is a flag down on the field.
Running into the kicker.
Oh,
11 defense. After the 5-yard marker off, it will be enough for a 1st down.
Wow. So it was a 4th down and 4 for Burkburnett on the punt, but with the running into the punter by Eagle Mountain, that's the 2nd time in this game. It'll bring up a new set of downs for the Burkburnett offense. So another gift handed to him by Eagle Mountain.
yeah. Same thing we saw in their first series. They had a hands to the face that kept the drive alive. Luckily, they were able to go another 3 downs and get them out. But at some point, you got to say, hey, it's not Christmas.
It is not Christmas indeed. You feel the temperature outside, you can tell. So Boyd in the gun, and this will be a false start. Oh, a timeout by Eagle Mountain.
Timeout. Eagle
So
Mountain.
that's their 2nd
Their
timeout
second shortest timeout of the half.
of the half. So we'll stay here, Keith. First time tonight where we've got an opportunity to look at some scores throughout the area. We'll take a look at some District 3 4A scores, but also for the Pioneer fans at home, look over at some interesting 6A scores as well. And Keith, I think we've got, yeah, there you go.
There we go. So let's look at the scores we got. So here in Eagle Mountain ISD, Saginaw and Chisholm Trail played last night. Saginaw won 41 to 38 over Pascal. Chisholm Trail won 49-6 over South Hills. In District 3 4A, we've got Brock up 13-0 over Mineral Wells at the start of the 2nd quarter. We've got Graham up 14-0 just after the start of the 1st quarter over Bridgeport. In District 6A for Boswell, we've got Mansfield up 14-3 over Mansfield Legacy. And we've got North Crowley up 21-0 over Weatherford. And Mansfield, Lake Ridge, and Crowley are tied 7-7.
Interesting scores over there throughout the area. Thank you, Keith. Boyd will keep it on the draw quarterback run, and he'll be brought down at the 35-yard line.
Pick up a 4 that time. Just a design quarterback keeper.
And Boyd has been really their workforce tonight, throwing the football, leading the charge. And there is a flag down,
Yeah,
actually.
there was a flag.
This will be against Eagle Mountain. Likely a hold.
Oh, I was like, what the heck is that? But that's
backing them up.
So we're backing them up. We're backing them up here in the booth and on the field. So there will be 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Boyd in the gun. So here's a fake handoff. Boyd scanning. A lot of time under pressure now. He's going to be brought down. Another sack.
3rd sack of the game for the Knights.
There has been no
Number
issue
7,
so
Brody
far
Boyd,
for the
brought
Knights
down
to
in
get after the
backfield by
quarterback.
Number 5, Justin Fox.
Justin Fox again.
Justin Fox, man.
Justin
having himself
Fox
a game.
all over the place.
He does it all. So now, Burkburnett, a 2nd down and 25. In football terms, that's a mile, Jim.
Yeah. Yeah, 3rd down and 2nd down and a very long way to go.
So Kirkpatrick has not gotten a lot of carries since he came out on this possession. Boyd looking, throws this one across the middle on the seam. It's tipped up incomplete. Had a man, but just in and out of the hands.
Boyd's pass falls incomplete, intended for number
Keith,
22.
can we get a replay on that
Cooper
just
Riley
to see?
Mahmoud Hussein back there, I thought he had a shot at it.
Yeah, it looked like he
The
did.
incompletion brings up 3rd down.
We'll bring up a 3rd down and 25.
That was just a brief one.
Yeah, it was a brief one there. So
We're getting it figured out.
3rd down and, again, a mile for the Knights. And this may just be a run here, Jim, just to pick up some yards. And
They're going to take a timeout.
they will take a timeout. So a lot of timeouts.
Timeout. Burkburnett. First choice timeout of the half.
So for both teams so far, 3 timeouts so far taken in the first half with 8:58 to go. And the story so far in this game has been just to pick up some
just
yards.
a few mistakes
in the special teams. They will take mainly on 2 punts from Eagle Mountain that has given Burkburnett some life. They were able to drive down on their last offensive possession and get a field goal. This possession, they had a 4th and 4 and actually punted it away, but a running into the punter was called from Eagle Mountain, which picked up a new set of downs for the Burkburnett offense. But since this new set of downs, Jim, they've just been going backwards, and it may end up working out for Eagle Mountain in the long run, as that last punt looked like they were going to be setting up at around the 35-yard line. But now, I mean, I don't know unless they get a few yards here, Eagle Mountain may have an opportunity to be taken over in Burkburnett territory, depending on where the punt goes. So they'll send a man out in motion to the right. Boyd remains in the gun. Back to pass. Boyd throws across the middle, just wide open. It was caught at around the 30-yard line and brought down, fumble on the field, and it is recovered by Eagle Mountain. So a big-time turnover forced just by the Knights. We almost had the replay, but it just buffered again. As it was a wide open here. Oh, so we had a wide open receiver across the seam. He caught it, got close to the 1st down, which would have been a down fumble on the field, and it is recovered for the Knights by Eagle Mountain. Yeah, that's where they recovered it.
I'm not sure what's going on.
So just a few technical difficulties tonight. We apologize. And that is where Eagle Mountain will take over. And Jim, I mean,
he was going to be short of the 1st down, even if he had maintained possession, but now the Knights need to make them pay for it.
So Vendiola will keep it on the quarterback run to the right side. A good carry here brings him out to inside the 20-yard line, and forward progress will mark him down at the 18. A good run.
He was going to be
from
short
Bryson Vendiola
of the 1st down.
And
even
here's
if
the
he
run.
had maintained
So they just
possession,
use Starks as the lead blocker
Knights
here. It's
need
like
to
a
make 'em pay
quarterback
for it.
power play. Vendiola will keep it on the quarterback run to the right side. A good carry
Yeah,
here.
look at him
brings him out to inside the 20-yard line.
That's Starks.
And forward
He
progress.
does a good job of being a road grader.
Yeah, he brought half the town of Burkburnett with him there on that drive, on that carry. So here's a handoff to Starks. And a good run out to the 14-yard line.
And that puts the Knights inside the Reds barbecue red zone. Defender, that's Starks.
And forward. So that was actually not Starks. That was, no, it was Starks. Excuse me. Just dealing with a few issues up here in the booth. We do have a new quarterback in the game, though. It's number 5, Justin Fox, who will keep it on the ground to the left side, inside the 10 to the 5. And Justin Fox, he's doing a little bit of everything.
Yeah, carrying the team right now on his shoulders. Defense, offense. I wonder if he'll be on special teams.
We do have a new quarterback in the game. A lot of opportunities to bring up a new set of downs. We will keep it on the ground to the left. Vendiola will come back out on the field.
I think I know what's going on with the replay, Jim.
And we got 2 backs now with a sniffer to the right. Vendiola hands it to Starks, pushes the
He's close.
line. He's close. He's going to be
He's
stopped,
gonna be
though,
a
at
yard
the 1.
short. Yep.
Stopped at the 1. I think you hand it off to him again.
I think so, too.
Starks, he's shown tonight, besides 1 carry, he's just falling forward every time. Really pushing the pile. I don't think they want to get cute here.
Well, he's got a good average going on right now. And so I think you just keep on giving him the rock.
So here's a handoff to Starks. He's in. He leaped.
Leaps.
He's in.
Leaps over the line and gets in.
So the Eagle Mountain Knights are on the board for the first time tonight. And they will take the lead. But there's a flag. This will likely be a 15-yard penalty or an unsportsmanlike conduct. Not sure who it's going to be against. Likely Eagle Mountain for the celebration. Which every yard is critical in this game, Jim, because that'll be likely tacked on to the
There's not any on.
yeah, that'll likely be tacked on to the kickoff. So here's the indication here from the official. We'll see what the penalty is. So touchdown is good. So unsportsmanlike.
Oh, they offset.
So it is an unsportsmanlike conduct by both teams. So it'll be offsetting penalties. And both players will now, if they get one more, they will be ejected from the football game. So there won't be any yards tacked on special teams as we await the PAT from the Knights to make this a 7-3 ball game. And ball's down, kick is up, and the PAT is good. So Eagle Mountain gets their first score of the night on a touchdown run from Terry Starks. It was just a 1-yard carry into the end zone, and the Knights now have their first lead of the night here against Burkburnett. We want to thank everybody for tuning in for tonight's game. A little special presentation here at Eagle Mountain High School. If anybody has not been to the stadium yet, you should immediately. It is a unbelievable stadium, unbelievable campus, and for a 4A school, it's quite interesting when you look at it. It's the largest school in the state of Texas in terms of the building size.
Over 600,000 square feet.
600,000 square feet for a 4A school.
$250 million to build.
Just unbelievable, and obviously this school will not be 4A for long with the continued growth here in the North Fort Worth area. But we were talking about it in the pregame that we were saying a lot of these small schools, they don't even have anywhere close to a stadium like this, and I bet a lot of them pull up to the stadium and go, is this a college?
Yeah.
Well, you know, on the news up here, they've had it to where this was actually go ahead, Peyton.
So this will be returned by Burkburnett out to the 26-yard line.
I remember, I think it was WFAA featured our campus saying it's one of the biggest, and it looks like just like talked about it, just like college.
Yeah, it is unbelievable, and that's kind of where these new big high schools are going. They're turning into essentially Division IV colleges, essentially. I mean, bigger than some Division I campuses as well. It's just quite crazy, but this is Texas.
One of the biggest.
Yeah, part of the 2017 bond package.
Just like college.
Yeah, it is unbelievable, and that's kind of where these new big high schools are going. They're turning into a lot of good to the school district. Boswell was able to get a lot of athletic renovations, namely turf fields and a renovated press box and stadium seat. So Boyd will fake the handoff, throws it across the middle. It's caught. First down and more for Burkburnett. Well into Eagle Mountain territory, and they'll be brought down at the 29-yard line. That was a good reception and run there from Griffin Johnston, but he will be down. So we will take a quick timeout here on Eagle/Boswellsports.
It's Football Friday night. For the brand we stand, we barbecue, make you moo like a cow. Tasting Texas pride, no stopping now. From sun up to sundown, this place feels right. Red's Barbecue, every single bite.
Thinking about saving money on insurance? Think no more. The answer is Lone Star Insurers, a Paul Jacobs agency. We have just the right coverage for you. Auto, home, health, life, recreational vehicles, and more. See how we can save you money on your monthly premiums with these products.
All right, so we ready to come back?
All
Yep.
All right, we're back.
Back out of the timeout here. 1st down and 10 for Boyd. Here's a delayed handoff to the right side.
Ooh, nice tackle.
Good tackle there.
And guess who it was?
Justin Fox.
Justin Fox again.
Yeah, Justin Fox is everywhere so far in this game tonight.
All right, so dad joke, Justin Fox is just in time.
Oh, wah, wah.
Sorry. Had to.
So there's Kirkpatrick, who's now back in the game with a good carry there. So Brody Boyd will have a second and about 6. Here's a handoff to Kirkpatrick. Counter handoff, but not much.
Yeah, that time getting in on the action, Tyler Self for the Knights.
So now it's 3rd down and about 4. And just considering what's happened so far with Burkburnett and their decision making in this game, this will likely be 4-down territory.
Well, they got to get to the 19 for a 1st down.
So Boyd in the gun. Fake handoff. Boyd looks under pressure. He's sacked again.
4th sack of the evening for the
Another
Knights.
sack, and that's number 33, Corbin Barton, who comes up with the sack and will bring up a 4th down and long. And just unbelievable pressure again from the Knights.
Tell you what, Curry he's had a heck of a night pressuring that quarterback as well.
And we'll bring up a 4th down and 8.
They're gonna
And
go
just
for it.
yeah, just this spot of the field, Jim. I mean, there's really not a point to punt the football.
Yeah, I mean, if you don't make it, it's as good as a punt.
Yeah. So 4th down and 8 will 100% be a passing play here for Burkburnett. Boyd back to pass. Looks, throws this one to the end zone, and it's caught. Touchdown,
Wow.
Burkburnett.
What a nice catch by Burkburnett.
Yeah, what a grab by Caden Gerstner, and here's the 100% be replay a
here.
passing play here.
As they on the 4th down and 8
for Burkburnett,
from the
Boyd.
29-yard line, 28-yard line,
pass.
excuse me, they decided to just
Looks,
heave this one to
throws
the
this
end
one to
zone.
the end zone.
Good ball, great
And it's
grab.
caught by
Touchdown.
Gerstner, and
Wow.
all of a sudden,
Burkburnett.
Burkburnett has momentum on their
Recaptured
side.
the lead.
So they will take the lead here at Eagle Mountain with 4:46 to play. The ball is down, the kick is up, and the PAT is good. So Burkburnett will take a 10-7 lead, their second lead of the night since leading 3-0 over Eagle Mountain.
I was looking when I was watching that. I was like, "Where the heck is he throwing it to?" Because I didn't see. I saw 2 black shirts in there, but I didn't see a white one. I don't know where. That
No,
came
I
from.
mean, it was good coverage by the Knights. He just pretty much threaded the needle.
Yeah, put it in a bucket, and just an unbelievable grab by Gerstner. I will say, not a lot of contact when the initial grab happened from Eagle Mountain. Just put that ball in a bucket, as it is now a 10-7 ball game with 4:46 to play here at Eagle Mountain High School. More than enough time, though, for the Knights to get some points before the end of the half. They will start with the ball in the second half, so this could be a big opportunity for the Eagle Mountain Knights to get some points and go with possession and then give themselves an opportunity to start the second half with some points and get a 2-possession lead.
Yeah, with 4:46 here, you'd like to get more points on the board, recapture the lead, because you get the football back.
You always got to be worried that an onside could be coming. Gerstner ready to kick this one away. Burkburnett has not won a game this season. Entered this matchup 0-6. This will be returned at the 18-yard line. That is Terry Starks. A good return.
Wow.
Out to the 43-yard line. And, man, Terry Starks.
Yeah, Starks was hit at the 32 and continued to move. After getting touched, that's picked up another 10 yards.
He's a stud. He's a running back, but out there kick returning for the Knights, and that typically happens here at the smaller school level. You got guys playing both sides of the football, playing all over the field, and Terry Starks just unbelievable return there for the Knights. So good field position with 4:39 to go in the first half. More than enough time for the Knights here.
Yeah, Knights looking to respond.
So we got a new tailback in the game for Eagle Mountain. It'll be Bryson Ivy, a senior running back who also plays linebacker, and they'll hand it off to him, but he's going to be stopped up. That is Aaron Brannon on the tackle for Burkburnett. And he got maybe a postcard on that play, and he got nothing.
Yeah, no pickup there, as they had to give Starks a little bit of breather after that return.
Yeah. And Starks is actually in the game now at the slot receiver position. Vindiola rolls to the right side, throws this one down the field. It looked like it was almost picked. Threw it into double coverage and almost was intercepted by Riley Morgan. Starks is actually in the game now at the slot receiver position. Dangerous ball by Vindiola. A dangerous pass by Vindiola could have easily turned into a turnover. Rolls to the right side, throws this one down the field. Keep in mind, in this game tonight, both teams with a turnover of their own, both fumbles. Terry Starks led a big drive on one possession, but fumbled well into Burkburnett territory and coughed it up, and Burkburnett actually scored on that ensuing possession, as we just have a quick stoppage on the field of play right here.
So are you a little shocked by this one so far, Peyton?
Yeah, I mean,
the Knights came in heavily favored. We saw a couple of good series out of them in their first drive, first defensive stand, and then, like I say, Burkburnett really playing scrappy has come in, and they actually lead this one by 3.
Yeah, Jim, I mean, I was expecting this one to be about a 2-possession game at the half with Eagle Mountain in the lead and then really just run away with it in the second half, but it hasn't gone that way. So Vindiola throws across the middle, had a man wide open, just falls incomplete. That was intended for Landon Miller, and it'll bring up 4th down, and the punting unit will have to come out. So had a man across the middle, would have been a 1st down to keep the drive going, and now Burkburnett, they're going to have an opportunity to make this a 2-possession game right before the half.
So I real quick, going to break in. I actually owe a neighbor a shout out. Her son is the right tackle, number 51. She lives in my neighborhood.
Romeo Brown. Yeah, Romeo Brown on the offensive line for Eagle Mountain, and this punt will fall, and not a good bounce for the Knights, as Burkburnett will take over at the 36-yard line with 3:46 to play. More than enough time with 2 timeouts here, Jim.
And I tell you what, you can almost feel the confidence
in
the Bulldogs right now.
Yeah, it seems like the momentum has really shifted over to the Burkburnett side, and honestly, I think that's just because of a couple plays that has happened, and that's really been through the air for them. Brody Boyd has really thrown the football well for Burkburnett, and you just don't see that level of passing at this level.
Especially when you've been sacked.
Yeah, I mean,
4 times.
He's been sacked 4 times, but still staying in there, throwing the football well, and his receivers have done a good job. George Mosley had a good game so far, and Caden Gerstner, who had that touchdown reception on the previous possession. So Boyd will hand it off, and Jim,
good
I mean,
job.
This is going to have to be their game, I think, tonight. They're going to have to throw the football, as the running game has really stalled short when Kirkpatrick isn't in the game.
Ladarius Williams with the good pressure that time kept the Bulldogs from picking up any.
So Kirkpatrick, number 0, continues to not be in the football game at running back. Riley Morgan is the new tailback, and whenever Kirkpatrick has come out, they haven't had any runs for positive yardage in this game. Boyd fakes the handoff, almost fumbled it on the exchange, and another sack. That is number 53 this time for the Knights. Jace Lunsford coming up with the sack here and setting up a 3rd down and 12. Now if you get a stop here, Jim, you can get the ball back and potentially get points. As you see, the Knights showed pressure all the way and takes the handoff, almost fumbled it on the exchange, and another sack.
Just came in from
that is number 50.
End spot, but I tell you what, they had good pressure on the other side as well with Zemansky.
So much like the Boswell Pioneers at the 6A level, the Knights have struggled tonight on 3rd down and long and getting the team off of the field. Boyd, back to pass, looks, heaves this one deep to the right side. This kid's got an arm, but as it falls incomplete, just oversailed his intended target of, that was Griffin Johnston. So the punting unit will come out now for Burkburnett. And Jim, if you're Coach Mullins, you're probably telling your special teams to not even go for the block punt here, as there's been 2 running into the punters so far tonight for the Knights.
Yeah, that can happen when you can win the battle in the trenches and get this kind of pressure. Then on special teams, you got to worry about those guys getting the running into the kicker.
Yeah, so we'll see what the Knights do here, but I don't think that they're going to be bringing much. It's a high snap, though. They'll punt it away, but there was no pressure there. They were just avoiding any issues of running into or roughing the punter, which would have been an automatic 1st down. So Eagle Mountain will take over at the 40-yard line with 2 minutes left. So the 2-minute timeout will actually happen now, which is quite a tough one for the Knights, as would have been nice to have that extra timeout if it was like 2:01 on the clock. But instead, they will only have 1 timeout and 2 minutes to go. But with the way that Terry Starks has run the ball tonight and throughout the season, still may be enough time to go get into the end zone or get a field goal.
What's interesting to me, because I was watching the play, it looked like when they first touched the ball there at the 40, I looked at the clock and I saw 2:03.
So the home clock operator not helping out the Knights tonight, it seems like. It's a bit of an unfortunate one.
Yeah, you see.
So I guess that's
Coach Mullins down there giving a little pep talk to his offense.
I guess that's a trend in North Texas now, Jim, with the clock operators not helping out home teams. We saw that happen a few weeks ago over at AT&T Stadium when at the end of overtime, the Packers had an incomplete pass that fell incomplete at 1 second, and Michael Irvin was saying, man, that guy needs to get fired. That guy should have just ran the clock off. In this case, it should have been stopped. So Starks in the gun to the left. Here's a fake pass by Vindiola. He'll keep it on the ground to the left side, out to the 47-yard line is where they'll mark him down.
Yeah, good job by Vindiola. He sold going to the right, cuts back to the left on the quarterback keeper. Nice 8-yard run.
And they're having to go quick here as we got 1:40 on the game clock. Throws it to the left side. This one is caught for a 1st down and more. Got blockers ahead. And a good yard after the catch. He's still on his feet. Out to the 38-yard line. That's Avin Bolin, who's been a big target tonight in the receiving game. So the clock will stop.
Nice 8-yard run.
As the chains move at 1:28, now they resume on the game clock. Throws it to the left side. This one is caught for a 1st down and more. Got blockers ahead from Vindiolo. Now 1:20 on the game clock, trying to go quick. Vindiolo back to the stoppage on the field. Looks like maybe a timeout from Burkburnett, and it is.
And you know, Peyton, who we have not heard from so far tonight, been pretty quiet. Their leading receiver, Middleton.
Yeah, Middleton and Trammell have really been stopped up so far, and that may be just because that the Knights were looking to run the football. But as this game has really played on, the passing game has really had to come alive for the Knights as they trail here by 3. But 1:16 left, Jim. A timeout here in a good field position. What do you expect here on this next play? I mean, potentially something on the outside pass, maybe to get out of bounds and stop the clock?
Yeah, I think you go to the edges. I don't see a run here. They're 1st and 10, so I think maybe they try to go down the field.
Yeah, I think maybe go down the field, and just looking in the pregame, I think the 20-yard line is really their field goal range. So they sit at the 37. They really just need 17 yards, I think, to feel a little bit comfortable about a field goal, which is doable with the amount of time that they have left here in the first half. You know, Coach Mullins and company, they definitely want a touchdown. So Vindiola will actually hand it off to Starks, who brings it out to the 35-yard line. And, Jim, they're just doing everything opposite of you.
Tony Romo, I ain't.
So they're doing everything opposite. The clock will actually still roll, though, as he didn't get out of bounds. We're now at a minute to go here in the first half, 2nd and 7. Going to need something quick to get some more yards. Vindiola looks, it's going to be a screen, but Burkburnett was all over it. But a smart job by Starks there to not catch it.
Yeah.
If he would have caught that football, they would have tacked off and the clock would have continued. So they're doing everything opposite. The clock doesn't. Actually, it'll be still roll though, as he didn't get out of bounds. We're now at a minute to go here in the first half. I don't hate the play call here. Gonna need something quick to get some more yards. Vindiola looks, it's gonna be a screen, but Burkburnett was all over it. But so now the clock stopped. So good job there from Starks not to catch the football, which is not something you hear much here on the offensive side.
Well, the big thing is that, too, you don't want to score too quickly.
Yeah, that too. Vindiola looks, throws it across to the right side. This one is caught. It's going to be a first down for Eagle Mountain. And they may try to go quick to the ball before they call a timeout. They have one left. Clock does stop, though, as they move the chains. So we sit at 45 seconds. They just need to get about 6 yards, I think, Jim, to feel comfortable about a field goal.
Good catch by Cunningham.
Vindiola, he's going to throw this one deep to the right side. This may be a penalty. No. Yeah, no flag. May have been a little underthrown for the does stop though as they move the chains. So we sit at 45 seconds. They just need to get about 6 yards. I don't dislike the play call there from Eagle Mountain.
By Cunningham. Well, you got a first
Vindiola,
down here.
he's going to throw this one deep to the right side. This may be a penalty. No. Okay, so now 35 seconds left, 2nd down and 10. And they just wanted to take a shot to the end zone, see if they could get something. And
yeah, why not go for it there? I don't mind that play either.
So Vindiola with Starks to his right, and remind you, they still have a timeout. Vindiola looks, a lot of time, throws it across. Oh, it's dropped. Had his man wide open. It was dropped by Kathan Middleton.
Middleton, their sure-handed receiver.
Yeah, he leads the team in receptions this year, and he just dropped it. So it'll bring up a 3rd down and 10, and with how he was crossing across the middle, he could have gotten out to probably the 15-yard line, gotten out of bounds.
Yeah, definitely would have picked up the first down.
Yeah, would have picked up the first down, probably stopped the clock here. And now if you're Coach Mullins, you may just be thinking, just get a few more yards and get the field goal range. I don't know. Yeah. So 31 seconds left. Vindiola, back to pass, under pressure, going to throw this tunnel screen. It was deflected at the line of scrimmage by number 22, Cooper Riley. Announced decision time for the Knights.
And again, they
just get a few more yards and get the field goal range. I don't know. Sniffing out Middleton so far tonight. 31 seconds left. Jim, this may be an opportunity. 27 seconds left, 4th down and 10, where you have to get the under pressure. Going to throw this tunnel screen. It was deflected. Try to get points. But if they get this first down across the middle, it may just be they let the clock run out, call a timeout, and then kick the field goal before the end of the half.
Yeah, 4th down and 10.
They got to get the first down. So Vindiola, fake handoff, throws it. This one is caught for a first down at the 11-yard line. They're going to try to go quick on the ball. Maybe they can spike it to stop the clock. That was caught by number 14. We don't have a 14 on the roster, though. And they spike it.
Jackson Trammell.
I don't know. So that
Trammell, who's normally
fake
60.
handoff. Yeah, throws it. This one is caught for a first down at the 11-yard line. They're going to try to go quick on the ball. Down here Maybe they can spike. Yeah, we don't have a 14 on the roster, so we're going to revert back to our olden days. No name with the catch. So with the spike, they still have a timeout. This is an opportunity now, Jim, to try to get in the end zone here with 19 seconds left. So Vindiola, no, it's Justin Fox who keeps it on the quarterback power to the right side, still on his feet. Inside the 5-yard line, Coach Mullins calls a timeout with 10 seconds left. It should have been 11 seconds left. The clock operator ran a few seconds off again. Are we sure Burkburnett doesn't have the clock operator of their own here tonight?
It puts them down to the 3-yard line.
Yeah, so 3-yard
Eagle
line.
Mountain now out of timeouts.
Out of timeouts, 9 seconds left. Should be 11, but, I mean, Jim, what do you do here?
They're still showing 1 timeout on the board, though.
Yeah,
I don't think they've removed it yet.
Yeah, they haven't removed it. If they had another one, you've got enough time to run a play here. Now they remove it.
Yeah. I think
they can still.
They could probably throw a pass here if they want to. But I don't think anything can go on the ground. And if it's a pass, it's going to have to be a slant across the middle. But even then, Jim, I mean, it's a short field goal, but it's going to be a pretty awkward one because it's on that right hash and it's short yardage. So it's going to be at an angle when they kick it. The field goal is not going to be the easiest thing in the world either. So Eagle Mountain definitely is going to want a touchdown either way.
Is there enough time, do you think, if they ran up the middle right there and to line it up for the middle?
No, if they get stopped, I don't think they've got enough time.
Yeah, I don't think they'd be able to run their unit out that quickly. So here we go, Vindiola with Starks to his right. Under pressure looks, he's just going to throw the fade ball wide open, caught!
Oh, yeah,
touchdown
night.
Eagle Mountain. They throw the fade route to number 5, Justin Fox, who's wide open. Look at the replay here. Here we go, Vindiola. So they thought, I'm surprised he was so wide open. It was just a fade ball into the corner of the end zone. Oh, he pushed him off. Wide open, caught. Touchdown on Eagle Mountain. Play from Justin Fox.
Yeah, knocks down the corner and walks into the end zone.
That is just big boy football there from Justin Fox, and Eagle Mountain is going to have a 14-10 lead here before the end of the half. And Jim, I mean, that was textbook from Coach Mullins and company.
And that's what you want to see going into the half. Burkburnett kind of had the most of the end of the first half, or first quarter into the second quarter. And so now I think that the Knights have kind of grabbed that back. It'd be great to take that momentum into the locker room.
And they get the ball to start the second half, which could really blow this game open with the ball. So a touchdown pass from Vindiola to Justin Fox.
Justin Fox. So Fox, who's leading tackler right now for the Knights, and also I think, isn't he the leading receiver?
Yeah, leading receiver. I mean, Jim, have we ever had somebody sweep the offensive and defensive player of the game before?
He's going for the hat trick.
He's going for the hat trick.
If he gets a good return for a touchdown on special teams, he's there.
He's doing it all.
Yeah, keep this up. Look for Eagle Mountain ISD Player of the Week.
Yeah.
So, Jim, in the years that you've done Boswellsports, has there ever been anybody that won offensive and defensive player of the game?
I mean, we've had some guys that have done a good job.
Maybe BB.
Well, I'm thinking of Stone.
Yeah. One of the Stones.
Stone in that game, that playoff game against Western Hills.
Here's a high kick from Eagle Mountain. To fall inside the 20. Oh, dangerous, but it goes out of bounds. Jim, that would have been interesting if the Knights would have fallen on that. They could have kicked a field goal at the 20-yard line and gotten up 17. That would have been quite interesting. I'd imagine Burkburnett is going to take a knee here.
Yeah, we still have 6 seconds. I don't know. I think they take a shot. Just see what happens.
Why not? Yeah, the quarterback, Brody Boyd, he's got himself quite a bit of an arm. And there is a penalty, though, against Eagle Mountain or did they pick it up?
I think they waved it off.
Yeah, because I think the return man may have touched it, and that's why it went out of bounds. So they'll be at the 16-yard line. That's where the nose of the football will be placed.
So coming up at halftime and just after, we're going to work on getting the crowd mic ready for everybody so that way we can definitely hear the bands and then also the plays out on the field.
So they'll go power. I think they're going to take a knee.
Yeah,
so they'll take a knee.
All right, that brings the end of the first half here at Eagle Mountain High School. And your score, the Knights 14, the Bulldogs 10. We're going to take a break, and when we come back, we will have the halftime show, so stick with us here on Boswell/Knights football broadcast. Check 1, 2. Hello, can you let that gain or something like that?
Joining the brigade on the field is the Burkburnett High School dance team, the Boomtown Babes. This evening, the Babes will perform a trigger routine. The Diamonds are a girl's best friend from the musical Move On Room. Leading the Babes onto the field is Captain Peyton Dowler. Lieutenants from left to right are sophomore Phoebe Cummings, Senior Eliana Rocha, Junior Ollie Burrell, and sophomore Lydia Stroll. Dancer of the week is Juliana Gill. Now, Bulldog fans, they're coming up for the fight song. The Bays are directed by Courtney Branch, assisted by Brittany Weir. The Brigade is directed by Brian Beeson, with assistance from Adam Lewis, Robert Lebanon, and Max Allenson. Christina Hallmark Lewis is the color guard designer and director. The Bulldog Brigade and Williamstown Bays would like to extend their heartfelt thanks to the administration, parents, and community of Burkburnett for the support of our program throughout this marketing season. A quick reminder, Bulldog fans, that the Brigade will be meeting after halftime this evening, as we have UIL marching contest tomorrow at Memorial Stadium in Wichita Falls, performing at 3 p.m. We thank you for your kind attention this evening.
Ladies and gentlemen, now taking the field for your halftime enjoyment, the Eagle Mountain Majestic and Knight Brigade. Introducing the Majestic Band Officer, Lieutenant Keegan McCoy. First Lieutenant Chloe Adams. First Lieutenant Nicole Catterall. The social officers are Secretary Grace Words, Vice President Karen Heff, President Jordan Howe. Majestic of the Week is Brendan Fleetwood. Captain of the Week is Mrs. Velez. The Majestic runs the direction of Lindsay Lindley. Thank you to the Majestic Diamond League sponsors, Spring Valley Construction, Platinum sponsors, Encore School of Dance, and Dana Beta Realty. Gold sponsors, Paula Omajola with Keller Williams and Oregon. Let's hear from Majestic performing a streamer routine to Blinding Lights. Taking the field is the Eagle Mountain Night Brigade. The Night Brigade will be performing their 2025 production entitled Into the Depths, Echoes of the Unknown. Their program includes Pressure by Stephen Basin, Starvation by Thomas Ferguson, Truman Sleeps as the World Caves In by Matt Maltese and Philip Glass, and Caves by Cody Fry. Drum majors for the Night Brigade are Natalie Alvarado, Sophia Addison, and Ava Addison. Drum majors, you may begin your performance when ready.
All right, great halftime performance by both bands as we kind of wrap it up here on halftime, the Lone Star Insurers halftime. And the Eagle Mountain Knights coming out of the tunnel, leading this one 14-10. They will get the football here in the second half. And we've got another special surprise for you as a man who has worn the headset many times over the past 20 years, Coach John Evans, and now the AD for Eagle Mountain, joins us on the mic. Hello, Coach.
Hello, Jim. Nice to be here. Assistant AD. I have to make sure,
yeah.
make sure I'm there.
I've given you a promotion already.
I appreciate that. I appreciate that. But man, y'all are taking a huge chance. Y'all got a good show going, and then now this is a risk.
No, Coach, you are only an improvement. Let me tell you.
100%.
This is kind of a trial run. We still got 28 seconds. You can pull the plug on my headset before this half starts. So there's still time. Now I'm honored to be here. You guys do such an amazing job. You guys have, where I'll be at a Chisholm game or an Eagle Mountain game or Saginaw game, and I can check back and watch the games. And my gosh, Boswell's games this year have been just unbelievable. The endings have just been crazy.
Yeah.
Last week with the onside kick, and then the week before with Crowley game, that was an all-timer. I was sitting there. I'm up in the Chisholm in the press box, and I'm losing my mind. So I'm like, holy mackerel! They stopped them on the two when West called timeout on the 2-point conversion. I was like, okay. And I thought, well, surely they'll kick the extra point. And when they ran out there, I said, we got them.
Yeah.
And then sure enough, the kids, man, I was so proud of the kids. The coaches did a good job. That's a good win. So
we are so excited to be here. Of course, Boswell in the bye week this week. And so Keith and Peyton actually suggested it. And wow, okay, yeah, let's see what we can do for the Eagle Mountain Knights. And for me personally, I wanted an opportunity to check out this beautiful stadium here.
First time here, man. It's awesome.
It is such a beautiful stadium. They did a great job. It emulates the Crowley ISD Stadium.
Yep.
At least a lot of it on the home side, but that's kind of the vision of it. And it really is a first class deal. And the reaction of a lot of the people when they come and see it is amazing. And that's what's so great about EMS ISD is that we want every facility to be matched up. Boswell, they built it, and they made that very similar to this. Saginaw, it's been approved. They're going to get that, and then there'll be a day that Chisholm Trail will come through, and they'll have matching deals. And that's what's
awesome.
so special about our district is extracurricular. I came out and watched the bands do their regional stuff when we hosted it, and I mean what we do for our kids, just fine arts, athletics, academic, the whole deal. It's pretty awesome. But this is a great facility.
Coach, you're pretty busy these days with all the different sports around the district.
Yes, sir.
Do you have a chance to even watch the games?
I do. I love this stuff so much. It's I get to pick the best seat in the house, and so I do. There's a lot of talking sometimes. There's a lot of maneuvering.
Less stressful, I bet.
Less stressful. I don't talk to the refs as much. And so if I do, it's a friendly conversation.
Yeah, exactly.
Because they see me, they're like, hey, man. and then sometimes they'll you used to yell at me. I said, no, I never did that. Never did that.
Oh, that's awesome.
Well, Coach, what did you think of that first half, and what do you think that the Knights should do the second half?
I think, when you're playing a team like Burkburnett that's 0-6, that's and you just there's a couple of factors playing into it. They just played Brock, and they got up so much for that game, and they battled back from 14 down, made it 14-13, and then it just got away from them. Well, that's an emotional deal, and then the EMS ISD, we have the fall break, and so you get Friday off, Monday off, Tuesday off, and then you recharge. And so you got a lot of things that an 18-year-old, and they're excuses, but that's where we're sitting right now. And I can tell you, Saginaw down 27-0 halftime, and then Chisholm was only up 7-0 at the end of the first quarter against South Hills. It's, they're going to have to do what they do, run the ball, because what I'm watching is, on defense, you can tell they're not as aggressive as they've been because Burkburnett's fallen forward. Now, I'm going to tell you, Burkburnett, their running backs and receivers and quarterback are bigger than their linemen. It's the most impressive thing I've ever seen. And so I understand why they're falling for it, but Eagle Mountain is a running football team. They're going to check down and throw some good passes. They've got a good outfit, and just go back to the stuff that makes them good. And I think that's what they're doing right now.
Yeah, and you see the check down there. I mean, we talk a little bit about Starks, Coach. I mean, what have you seen from him this year? He's been quite a good tailback so far in this game, but throughout the season too.
He's a dude. He has got some juice and what I really like about him is he's a physical and he's got great vision.
Yeah.
You know, reminds me a lot of Ezra, the way that he ran the ball but he's one of those guys that looks for contact.
Yeah.
And so he's got some ability, and lineman wise they do a really good job. You know, Coach Mullins is a great coach, and he's got a great staff. Coach Cates, the offensive coordinator, they do a good job, and so yeah, they get the H-back rolling. They get it looks like there he goes.
There's Starks with a good carry well into Burkburnett territory inside
the red zone.
the 20-yard line. He's marked down at the 19.
I have a feeling Coach Mullins might have had a motivational conversation with some young men.
Well, Coach Mullins was actually part of your staff in the early days.
Man, he's one of the best I've had. He's just a super guy, super coach. And I tell you what, they're not wasting any time.
Good run there from Vindiola, breaking multiple tackles.
It just proves when you put talent with effort, and you can see they're moving a little bit quicker. They're attacking. They're staying on blocks a little bit faster, and the running backs are hitting the holes that much quicker, and just it creates opportunities. And so they need to capitalize right here.
That's one thing. You spoke on Mullins. Man, that guy just brings all the energy. I remember him back in the day at Boswell. There's a touchdown there.
Touchdown.
Is that Justin Fox?
That's old Justin Fox.
Old Fox has just been
having himself a game tonight.
Got a flag. Hold on. I don't. Hold on. We might be offsides. That's a good one.
So it'll stand.
That's a touchdown. Yeah, Fox came out playing Wildcat quarterback the very first, and he's a talented kid. You know, played outside backer at Boz sophomore year, and then has had 2 really good years here at Eagle Mountain.
It is up and it's good.
But yeah, Coach Mullins, Coach. I mean, whenever I was at Boswell, whenever I was playing my freshman year, I just always remember hearing him. He coached safeties, right? With
he
you.
Sure did.
That guy, he was just brought so much energy and life to anybody that he was talking to. Was that kind of what you've seen so far with him as a head coach here?
Well, what he specialized in was he was highly motivated.
Yep.
He was a kid magnet, and that he built relationships, and then his motivation and excitement as a coach was just second to none. And then you get him on the board, and he just gets it. Comes from a coaching family. Granddad was a coach, his dad was a coach, his brother's coaching, and it's just a football family. He comes off what I say off the turn-up truck, because this kid come out of Markle to interview for me. I'm from Abilene, Markle. I don't know if there's 8 people that live out there outside of Abilene, and he interviews with me, and it took about 2 minutes, and I went, oh, this guy's a dude.
Yeah.
And when I hired him on, one of the best things I did, and then he became special teams coordinator, and like you said, he made every day better, and he's just one of those coaches. And what I'm watching every day, it's with his assistants and the entire program.
Here's the kickoff here. Will be returned out to the 10-yard line. That's for forward progress. We'll mark him down.
There's Fox again.
Yeah, the Justin Fox, man, having himself a game.
Yeah, he's going for the hat trick.
I'll tell you, he had a really good game last week against Brock. Played really well against those kids. And that's, the Brock game is a game where you're playing a top 5 team in the state. And Brock plays 15, 16 games a year.
Yeah.
So for them, it was just another game. For these Eagle Mountain kids, that was the first time they've been in that kind of setting. And the only way you can grow up is you got to go through it.
And Coach Mullins, I mean, he was over at Toller for a few years and kind of led their program deep in the playoffs and into the state championship game. If I'm wrong, right?
No, you're exactly right. They made it all the way to the state championship game, and just it's not like they had a bunch of D1 kids. He
Yeah.
took a bunch of kids and they played hard, and a team is going to emulate their coach, and Coach Bond's a defensive coordinator. He does a very good job, and I know Jeremy works right alongside with them, but that's when Mullins left me, it broke my heart. But that's one of those things. Your good ones, that means you're doing something right. When your good ones go get a head coaching job, and I knew he was going to be successful. And every year they got better and better and better. And it was really cool to see. And yeah, they went all the way. They were state finalists his last year, and that's when I said, hey man, I'd love for you to beat Eagle Mountain.
So there's a reception out to the left side. It'll be a first down for Burkburnett. Coach, I'd like to hear a little bit more about that hiring process with Mullins. Did you have your eye on him for kind of that time period whenever he, this job was going to be opening up here at Eagle Mountain?
I did, and I was lucky enough to be, help lead up that search, and you kind of want to gather people that are interested in the job, and then people that so that you kind of find the iron sharpens iron mentality. And so as what he had going on, because we started the process, and he's in the playoffs.
Yeah.
And so he's such a beloved person in Toller, and then he's and so we were very, very sensitive to any sort of information getting out. We did not want he talked to his superintendent, and so it's a delicate game of having to balance. And then we honestly, once he hit the third round, we didn't mess with him, and we said, "You got it, man." And I didn't. And then once he was done, and then we continued on with the process and the interview. And he said the thing about Jeremy. He's a good Christian man. He's a professional, and he handled his stuff right because he wanted to leave Toller better than he found it, and didn't want to burn any bridges, and we didn't want to do that either.
Yeah.
And just when you interview a guy how good they are because they just handle their business, and that's why Jeremy, and it's not a surprise. And again, it's been a very interesting melting pot with a bunch of kids that were in the Saginaw attendance zone, a bunch of kids in the Boswell's attendance zone, and y'all know full well the differences, and it's a clash. It's just bringing kids together that have never been together.
Yeah.
And he has done an amazing job. People don't understand how difficult that might be. They think, well, they got good play. Okay, but they still got to believe in.
And that ball was incomplete. Another good ball from Boyd, but good coverage downfield for the Knights.
Yeah, Gavin Trevino, they're on the coverage for the Knights.
Fourth down coming up.
Yeah, you can see there's a little bit more fire. Like that play right there, the safety made a few more steps on the play than I saw in the first half, to where that ball almost got completed, and you can see the defense closing in a little bit quicker. Like I said, Coach Mullins, encouraging words at halftime. Helpful.
Burkburnett ready to punt this one away, and the Knights will not bring much as they had two roughing the punter calls. And here's a good return for the Knights, well into Burkburnett territory. I think they're going to mark. We got a few flags down on the field.
Yeah, we
Looked
got.
like that was bowling.
I think we got a block in the back.
So back on the Coach Mullins conversation. I mean, Coach Hav, it's unbelievable because a lot of new hires for head coaching jobs, they come into a situation where, the school's already been around, the players have already been with each other. It seems like the first couple of years for Mullins, it's a brand new school. A lot of these kids, some of them, with them being over at the Saginaw area or whatnot, haven't played with each other, throughout middle school or even in high school. That within itself already is difficult.
And oh, by the way, you're starting out on varsity.
Yeah.
The spring before they opened last year, he had no campus, and so he's busing kids over to Prairie Vista Middle School to hold an off season, and that's a very loose term. And then they really didn't have a full workouts until the summer workouts.
Yeah.
And then they're trying to get in here, and you're dealing with construction, and you're playing varsity from the jump with juniors, no seniors. And that's, I think, the most impressive thing that he did was that he had to build it from day one and put a varsity team together without the facility. And that's what he was. There was a guy nobody more excited about having an off season in his field house than this past one because there was no buses. There was no, and you can tell, you can see the fruit of his labor doing that. But you're exactly right. Opening a new school, people think, oh, it's incredible. You got new facilities, and look at this deal. Okay, you still got to put a team together.
Yeah.
You still got, you don't have the freshmen. And by the way, although he had about 3 kids that had played in a varsity game.
Here's a pick thrown by Vindiola, and Burkburnett's going to have an opportunity here at the 40-yard line. They'll get the ball back.
You have the replay on that, Keith, or is it not working?
You don't have the freshman. And by the way, although
Coach, what do you
he
see
had
here
about
on
3
this,
kids
on
that
this
had played
replay?
in a varsity game.
Here's a pick.
I think he got a
thrown by
little bit of
Vindiola,
pressure. And
and
that's one of those
Burkburnett's
things
going to have an
sometimes
opportunity here.
I think he tried to make a play, and I understand that that's one of them deals. Throw it to the bench and let's play third down and try it again. Young man tried to make a play because he's made a bunch this year, and he threw it in the wrong spot, and now defense got to come out, and that's one of them deals. Defense is a lot of times is going to save you.
So the Burkburnett offense will come back out on the field, led by quarterback Brody Boyd, who's actually thrown the ball pretty well tonight. Here's a handoff. That is Kirkpatrick, who breaks a tackle and go out of the bounds at the 35-yard line. Coach, I didn't even know that they were having the bus kids over to Prairie Vista. That is unbelievable.
So you got kids it was a unique situation. You got kids at Boz. You got kids at Saginaw High School. You got kids at Prairie Vista. You got kids at Wayside. And so you got to figure out, when do we put them all together?
Yeah.
Because they're all going to have to play varsity together. These incoming 9th graders, these incoming 10th grade. It's
there's gonna be a false start on the right tackle for Burkburnett.
So I opened up Flower Mound High. We at least had a JV year.
Yeah.
And that was glorious because we're playing everybody's JVB team.
Yeah.
We think we're the greatest coaches in the world. we're 9-1. Boy, reality hit us in the face when we opened up that next year, because you're trying to tell them, hey man, it's not this way. And again, you got juniors trying to be seniors, and that's just not in their DNA yet.
So Boyd in the gun. They'll hand it off to Kirkpatrick. Big hole. Bounce it out to the left side. Got blockers out ahead of him. He'll get the first down and more. Out to the 25-yard line.
That's the nose guard. He looks like Scatterboo with the Giants. And he's running really well. They're running a counter scheme, and now they're going quick.
So low snap. And the
it.
ball's still on the turf. The
ground.
Knights recover. So, wow, a little miscommunication on who's going to fall on that football. That's just one of those things, Coach. I think you just got to fall on it.
That's one of those things that you want to go fast tempo, and sometimes you fast tempo yourself.
Yeah.
And that's one of those things
So
that
low snap.
center.
And
Get
the
it.
ball's still on the
It's
turf. The
ready.
Knights
They're ready.
recover.
And,
So,
and-
wow,
and
a little
somebody got to get on. Thankfully, the Knights did. And
Yeah,
so,
that was Nichols on the recovery.
good job by Nichols. That was a good play. And that's, again, when you're firing off the ball and you're paying attention, you kind of make those plays.
So Eagle Mountain now will get the ball back, up 11 here with 5:38 to go in the third quarter. We're joined by Coach Ab, the Assistant Athletic Director for EMS ISD. Happy to have him up here in the booth.
I'm loving it.
I'm just impressed with the amount of equipment and electronic and computer. I mean, you ought to see Jim. It's like he's like a puppeteer. He's got these buttons. He's got cameras. I just go back to Alvarado, 2012.
Oh yeah.
When we've come a long way since that day. That I've never seen rain like that.
No.
Anyway,
I thought you were going to throw it back to the Crowley year in that old stadium with the rain as well.
Mercy.
Oh,
when it was like
20
7 degrees
Yes.
outside. Yeah, a lot of great memories, man. You guys made it very special. That's not normal for everybody's listening to this deal. For someone to pick up a YouTube and find a game and where you guys care so much about it and you know about the kids and the way you talk, that's a unicorn, man. So I really appreciate you guys.
So we're going to take a quick timeout here as there's a timeout on the field.
It's Football Friday night. For the brand we stand, we fight. With the blue and gold, side by side, we bleed.
Hamburgers so good it will make you make cow noises. Go to Red's Barbecue at 7335 Boat Club Road, home of Pioneer Sports Extra.
I really do.
They're kind of anticipate maybe a Tech A&M playoff game.
We're back out of the break here, talking a little Red Raider football. Here's a handoff to the left side.
Good run. He's a strong kid, man.
There's Starks again.
Don't get too much.
Coach got a shout out in the chat room.
Hey.
Sandy Howard says, "Hey, Coach."
I can always rely on Sandy. That's good.
She got the night off.
All right, good for her. She deserves it.
Yeah.
Hello, Sandy. She's amazing.
So Starks with another good gain for a first down for Eagle Mountain. They'll go right back to him.
Oh.
Now, hold
Gain of
that
a couple?
time just closed quick.
Yeah, they're getting in that kind of heavy package, and they're bringing. That's the deal is we bring in more people to block. Well, they bring in more defensive guys, and so we got to try to stretch the field a little bit here.
So, Coach, we'll await this next play. Tell us a little bit more about, what else is happening around the district with Chisholm Trail and Saginaw High School as well in their football teams this year.
Really excited. Oh, goodness.
He made Justin Fox again. 10-5, down at the 1
or
the 2.
Calm down. In my spot, we've got Chisholm and Saginaw both with head coaches. Chisholm, Coach Nash started out in late July, and then DeWitt. We're about to get a touchdown right here. They ain't even set. They're running play. They got 14 on the field.
Here's a handoff to Starks. We got a flag down.
We got too many men on the field.
It's short.
Yeah.
Down at the 1. Another flag.
Second flag, yeah.
But Nash is coming in, and he kept every coach and has kept those guys together, and you can see the improvement that they've done.
Yeah.
And had great wins. He's had a couple up, but has really brought them on. And so, and then Coach DeWitt is really had last week against Arlington Heights, won 50-47. Just an insane game. That was and they were depleted, had kids hurt. Oh, okay. And then got a personal foul.
Yeah, so a 15-yard penalty against Eagle Mountain. Not what you want there, Coach.
No, especially on the 1-yard line. And then Saginaw might have had one of the craziest games I've ever seen last night, down 27-0 at halftime, and they were comatose. Saginaw gets 3 pick sixes to get them back into it.
Wow.
Saginaw throws a pick six just for good measure and then ties it up. Pascal has the ball. They line up, kick a 55-yarder to win it, hits the crossbar, no good, go to overtime. Pascal gets the ball first, 3, and they kick, and then they made it, and Saginaw gets the ball, 2 plays, touchdown, win the game. It was wild.
They've had a couple of those, including against Boswell early in the season.
They have.
So we've got some scoring updates. Mansfield Lakeridge up 21-7 over Crowley.
Okay.
North Crowley up 42-7 over Weatherford at the half. Kind of giving it over there with how good North Crowley is.
Yep, they're playing good ball.
So we'll wait for this ball. This one is thrown
Touchdown.
to the corner of the end zone.
No!
Oh.
Incomplete.
Fox is trying to get a receiving touchdown.
It's a crazy, interesting game. Saginaw 4 pick sixes.
I mean,
that's unbelievable.
I have seen a lot of football games. to tell you how bad of an assistant AD I am, I almost left. And so I went and sat at Farrington. I went and sat on the far south end of Farrington behind the scoreboard where the old shot put ring was. 1992, I won the Fort Worth meet. I don't think anybody was there. I think I might have been the only thrower. But anyway, so I sat there and I thought I was on the sidelines. I was bad luck. Go score, son.
It's a good run again. I believe that was Vindiola on the carry.
And then, so it's 27-0, and really could have been 45-0, but 27-0, and then pick six. Pascal gets the ball again, throws another pick six, punts the ball to Saginaw. Saginaw goes and scores. It's 27-21. Saginaw decides to be generous, and they throw a pick six, so it's 35-21, and then tied. It was wild.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
So, Coach
Pascal was a 6A team just a couple of years ago.
6A there with Boz. They're exactly. Coach Killo's still there, and so they got to get in, son. Throw it.
Neil throws in zone, just a bit high, incomplete. So, Coach, I know a lot of people are probably wondering with enrollment sizes and how we're looking for the next year. As you know, the classifications and districts are going to change. Where's all four of the high schools in the district? Kind of where are they going to be laying out for the next season and the next two seasons?
Yeah, no doubt. It's Chisholm looks like, or Boswell looks the same. Looks like they're going to be 6A. Eagle Mountain is going to make what it looks like to be a jump to 4A Division II to 4A Division I.
Okay.
Chance of being get in there, son. Atta boy.
The field goal is good. So Eagle Mountain will take a 24 to 10 lead.
And so and then I believe Chisholm and Saginaw are going to hold the same in 5A Division I. So the one that we're kind of watching is Eagle Mountain.
Yeah.
Because their numbers have jumped so much. They're right on the edge of 5A Division II. And so I think, obviously you'd rather be the biggest 4A Division I than the smallest 5A Division II.
Yeah.
So so we're kind of watching that. So Halloween is the first day you can turn in your numbers. And then you have 7 days, your due date's November 7th to get that done. So
what's the projected teams that could be in that district if they go 4A D1?
So you're looking at
because back in the day it would have been like Argyle, but they're 5A now.
They're up. So Decatur, Springtown, Lake Worth.
So a little bit more localized. Than
so you're not driving to Burkburnett. You're kind of staying local. And that deal. And so, but that'll help some. But Jeremy, Coach Mullins is putting together. Just that culture of whoever it is, let's go play. And that's all they can do. So, and with Boz, apparently Alito's going up. And no telling where Azles, they might be going up. I mean, who knows?
And the growth over there on the west side of Fort Worth has just been crazy.
It can go anywhere.
Yeah.
And that's I mean, honestly, everybody projects and see what they're going to do. With Saginaw and Chisholm, good chance they're going to stay with Fort Worth.
Yep.
I mean, you just don't know. What happened last year. Two of the El Paso teams opted up to be in a bigger division.
Yep.
Well, now, what I understand, talking to J.J. Calderon at Fort Worth ISD, who used to be in El Paso, has said that those two are not going to opt up. So now you got to decide. You got to send 2 to Lubbock.
Yeah.
And then now you've got Abilene High. They may come this way and replace Alito.
Interesting.
So, as if I know. I have. I don't have a clue.
So here's a handoff
There
to
we go.
Kirkpatrick. Eagle Mountain's all over it, though, a gain of 1. So, Coach, I mean, with the 4 schools, is there ever an outlook kind of that you guys are looking at in the future where there could be a scenario where all 4 of the schools are in the same district again?
That's the goal. The projection is to have 4 6A schools, and and we'll see. The demographers kind of look at different things and how it plays out. But you would rather have 4 together because you have a little bit more control over where you're going to be district wide. How many people can come in? You know, you can kind of have that, and it just makes it so much easier because we're dealing with every football district that's not 6A has a different basketball volleyball district.
Really?
So
Okay.
Oh yeah. So like Eagle Mountain has Lake Worth in their district, has Decatur in their volleyball district, you know, in those deals, but they don't have them in football. So you're having two different, and it's a lot of paperwork that goes into it. And it's basically what that means is Coach Evanshan has a lot of work to do. So, as far as the middle school, you know, we'll have to wait and see. It really won't. That's going to be on the people that decide that, and that's above my pay grade. So, I just know we've got middle schools that are the enrollment is so much higher than the others, and that makes it. You want to even that up for our teachers, and I know we're really working on class sizes. Dr. Hollingsworth is that's a trying to get we really want to get our kids and our teachers in the best chances to educate the kids and do that deal. And so that will help tremendously.
So Boyd's going to throw it to the right side. It's caught by Gerstner. Puts a few good moves out to the 43-yard line, 42. And that's where Burkburnett will take over at the start of the fourth quarter. So that'll do it for the third quarter of play, where the Eagle Mountain Knights lead Burkburnett 24-10. We'll take a quick break here on Boswell Sports / Eagle Mountain Sports.
It's Football Friday night. For the brand we stand, we fight. With the blue and gold, side by side, we bleed.
Thinking about saving money on insurance? Think no more. The answer is Lone Star Insurers, a Paul Jacobs agency. We have just the right coverage for you. Auto, home, health, life, recreational vehicles, and more. See how we can save you money on your monthly premiums with these products. All State Progressive, MetLife, Mercury, and Unitrade. Call today for a free quote. Lone Star Insurers is locally owned. Find them at 8101 Boat Club Road, 325, Fort Worth, Texas 76179, or call them at 817-236-2886.
So coming back out of the break here in the fourth quarter of play.
Yeah, this fourth quarter brought to you by Sandy's Action Photography. She's taking the night off with Boz in the bye week, but Nick, if you want good pictures, check out Sandy's Action Photography.
She is awesome.
This ball's thrown up, a little underthrown, incomplete.
Wow, he was all alone too.
We'll bring up a third down and 1. So as you've heard for the third quarter of play, we're joined up in the booth with Coach Evanshan, the Assistant Athletic Director for EMSISD and former head football coach of Boswell. Enjoying some good football here tonight here at Eagle Mountain High School.
Good company, too. Good people.
Too nice, Coach. You're too nice. So here's a handoff.
Make a play.
Oh.
And a broken tackle here by Riley Morgan, and he's going to take it to the house. It's a touchdown for Burkburnett. And all of a sudden, it's a one-score game here.
Kid made a great play in the hole and spun out of it. And
here's a handoff.
Make a play. Got to come back now.
A broken tackle here by Riley Morgan, and he's going to take it to the house. It's a touchdown for Burkburnett.
Break a few tackles.
That's it.
And
So
you get into that third level, and
it's tough. You know,
it's
kid.
tough.
You know, it's one of those things that kid had them wrapped up, and a couple of them may have pulled off just a little bit, and that kid didn't. And he didn't stop, and the feet keep moving. It was a good run.
The PAT is good. So it's 24-17 now, with the Knights still with the lead. And, Coach, we were talking a little bit about football happening in the district. what other sports are currently going on throughout the district here at EMS ISD, and who's doing well, and kind of talk to us a little bit about that.
Absolutely. You know, we got Eagle Mountain volleyball. They're one of the best in the state in 4A, and you know, Coach Forrester just does an amazing job. She's got some girls that are playing really well, and they played Bridgeport tonight and got them in 3. And you know,
Bridgeport, they typically have a good volleyball program as well.
They have Decatur's their best competition and beat them in 3 a couple of weeks ago. She's just the thing that I love about Coach Forrester is that her expectation of the kids is never stops, and she's got good players, but she really pushes them to be great. And both programs, you know, at Saginaw and Chisholm, really young, and Boswell too, but they're doing amazing. I mean, it's one of those things because Boswell lost some kids, and Coach Hill's just taken over, and she's doing such a super job with those girls, and they're battling. And it's one of those things that may not win all of them, but the effort is there. And that's, you know, Coach Smith, Janine Smith at Chisholm, always battling. She's playing like 4 freshmen because of injury, and that's one of those years you just keep fighting. And you know, Saginaw the same thing, just young group, but coach is doing amazing. I'm heading to Lubbock. Sunday, we've got the regional cross-country meets going.
There you go.
So we've got Chisholm and Saginaw running on Monday, Eagle Mountain and Bos run on Tuesday, and so that I love that. So might be biased that it's in Lubbock, you know.
You gonna go catch a game?
Well, no game, but I do get to see my daughters and so my 2 older daughters, and got some family in there. My dad lives out there, so and then get to watch our kids run and compete, and it's a great course.
That's awesome. Vindiola will hand it off to Starks, and another good gain.
You know, we're swimming. I mean, those swimmers are amazing. It's
unbelievable.
They are, and it's just nonstop work. So they got to meet tomorrow. Everybody's going, and so if you like sports, you're going to like this job, because you got. I mean, we just need to add lacrosse and field hockey, and we'll be rolling. We're not doing that
for the winter months. How are the basketball teams looking throughout the district?
I think we've got a chance. The Scott here at Eagle Mountain, he's going to have a really good.
Will be marked out of bounds.
Middleton almost got away there.
He did. That was a good run.
Coach Chapman at Boswell is going to carry on with what Coach Reese.
Scott here at
of course, he's
Eagle
got
Mountain,
pretty
gonna
big
have
shoes
a really
to fill.
good,
Coming off a state title win, that's unbelievable.
But Coach Chapman is already done a good job. Coach Brown, that is the new girls coach at Eagle Mountain, she has really come in and just done an amazing job of just kind of getting the girls, bringing them back together, getting them excited about playing. And so girls start practice Wednesday. And so, you know, Coach Mack at Chisholm Trail, they're going to be, he is just one of the most solid individuals and just an amazing basketball coach. And Chisholm Trail they're going to fight you every game, and he's always going to have a chance. Got another quarterback sweep. Now, this is where he thrives.
Good run there. Is that Vindiola again? Yeah, it is. Good carry there. A little quarterback power to the right side.
An amazing basketball. You know, Chisholm Trail they're going to fight you. Coach Norris, he just had his knees replaced. The girls quarterback sweep. Chisholm Trail, so he's going to be a new man on the side.
Good run there.
He'll be dunking and all kinds of stuff. Coach Holman is the new boys coach at Saginaw, and he brings a juice, man. He came from Waxahachie. He's got some greatness in him, and you know, and that's the thing is that, come on, baby,
good run from Starks there. They'll get the first down inside the 20-yard line.
Penalty. Good.
Down at the 18.
And then Vance Hughes is the head girls basketball coach at Saginaw, and he's that guy's is a coaching dude, man. I really enjoy him.
And so the basketball season's
So
be
girls
underway
start
soon?
Wednesday practice,
Okay.
and then the boys are a week later, and so we'll be rolling. I mean, heck, we're already middle of October.
It's
and,
crazy. This year is just flying by.
It is. It is. I mean, we're we're not far from regular season football. Playoffs are coming.
Yep.
That's exciting. And volleyball playoffs are here pretty quick, and so just it's really cool how we have at Eagle Mountain Saginaw ISD that every campus has such a pride in what we're doing. We got four great principals at every school and we're able to build a community. And our school board has done an amazing job of allowing each school to have that community feel. And each one is unique to each other. And it's special. And it's the way that having 4 individual stadiums keeps that community together. And we're blessed. And people, and I'll say this, people have often asked me, why would you spend so much money on 4 different stadiums? Well, you got to think about, if we build a mega stadium with one, you're going to have Thursday, Friday, Saturday games, cost you about $70 million, $50 to $70 million. When you're building, like Eagle Mountain, this stadium is about $6 million. Because
really? Okay.
Just adding on a stadium is about $6 million.
Wow.
And so I'm not a good math guy.
Good
Touchdown, get in there.
Starks, he's in.
Good job.
Touchdown, Starks, Terry Starks into the end zone, and Eagle Mountain will take a 2-touchdown lead here with 9:48 to play.
So you do the $6 million times 4, that's $24 million. And not only that, but you got your own soccer fields. You got middle school football that can play there. You've got bands that can work out at this deal. And so our district allows that. And Pete, it's invaluable for what that creates.
And you typically, Coach, you don't see, like, especially in the DFW area, the bigger school districts that have multiple schools in it. You usually don't see many individualized stadiums.
You don't, and because of it's that perception's reality deal. Because people think, well, that's just too expensive.
Yep.
When in the reality is it's not, and so then you go build, like in Houston, they do this a lot, and I get it, because you got to justify it to your constituents, to your community, and saying we're going to use your money wisely. And people can look at a lot of different things, but when you do it right, when you build facilities like this and be proud of what you do, then that everybody is going to do that. There's going to be our youth football is going to come and have a huge Super Bowl out here.
That's awesome.
That's the thing, because we want our kids to be excited about being Knights, Rangers, Pioneers, Rough Riders, and when they're young, and then get them excited as they grow up.
That's awesome. I mean, you look at neighboring Northwest ISD, they actually have plans to build their own stadium soon.
And you know what caused that is, my last game as a head football coach was against Byron Nelson, and that spurred them on to say, we've got to do this.
Yep.
And I talked to their head coach at the time, and it did. And so the Byron Nelson people, when they had the $2 billion bond, they were one of the main ones that said it's, like a cup of coffee at Starbucks, it would cost you $5 more, and said, here's the deal. And they passed it. And what's crazy, across the street here, where we see in these cars, that's Northwest ISD. Like that's them right there. And so now this is kind of like Boswell. We see a lot of land right here. In about 2 years, we're going to see a bunch of housetops. And that's you're asking about, what level. Eagle Mountain, it will be 5A soon, in probably another 2 years. And then, like I said, to me, it would be great if we could have 4 5A Division I teams or 4 6A teams and just put us all together.
There's a reception out to the right side. for Burkburnett. And Coach, we were talking in the pregame. So if this land across the street of Bonds Ranch, if it ever gets sold and there's houses built, you're telling me that those kids would still have
They are
to go
going
to
to come
Eaton?
out of this, out of their neighborhood and drive to Eaton High School, or they'll probably build a high school across from here at some point, you know. So they'll have the stadium staring at each other, kind of like South Lake and Grapevine.
Yeah.
But yeah, I
Wow.
think at one time we looked at maybe annexing that, and Northwest did not agree to
Wow.
that. And so,
Okay.
But
That's gonna leave people a little interested when they go to those houses and they have to. Hey, we have to drive.
that
10
beautiful
minutes down
stadium.
the
I
road.
can't wait to go to that stadium. Well, you're not unless you're in their district. Make a play. I'm sorry. What's that? No, the land right here, just due east of us. That's us. Right here, north, across the street north. Now you go to Peden Road. That's us. And so
it's cookie cutter.
I don't know how you do it. I'm glad I'm not smart enough to do that. And
Our district looks almost like Louisiana.
It kind of does.
It's crazy with the growth that's happening here in North Fort Worth. It's going to get even crazier and crazier.
It is, and that's, Funky Town's such a great place. Fort Worth is so awesome. It's just part of the deal. When it's a good place that people want to be here, and you build the facilities so you don't fall behind, and I think that's what our district has done a good job of.
Brody Boyd throws it to the left side. That one is caught by George Mosley. He's had himself a pretty good game for Burkburnett. So, Coach, rest of the season, Eagle Mountain, just a few games left. Have a little bit of a better chance of making the playoffs, as it's a little bit of a smaller district for them. What's kind of what you're looking for down the stretch for them, as they're gonna looks like come out with a win here tonight?
They've got a good chance. They play Bridgeport next week. They got Graham, who's just going to be really good. The loss to Brock kind of sits them at second place. If they can win out, they've got some work to do, but they're going to have a really good chance in the playoffs. Might see a Benbrook or something like that, but again, you once you get in the playoffs, it's for keeps, and there's no redos, as you guys know. And so, but they are looking like a contender. And what's exciting about Saginaw and Chisholm is, and I haven't seen he got a deflection.
Yeah, deflected and caught by Gerstner for Burkburnett. It'll be a first down.
They're looking
Saginaw
like
and Chisholm are on a collision
contender,
course.
and,
I'm gonna look
and
and
what's
see what the
exciting
OD1
about Saginaw and Chisholm
height score
is,
but
and I haven't
they
seen
are on.
he got a deflection.
Yeah, deflected and caught.
Heights is getting after it, so Heights is going to win that game. Saginaw beat Heights. Chisholm lost to Heights, and so if Pascal can find a way to beat Heights the last week of the season, that's the same night that Chisholm and Saginaw play, and that very well could be for a district championship.
Wow.
And so how things are playing out because of tiebreaker and stuff like that, it could be a crazy scenario. So
you kind of hope that kind of happens. You kind of hope it happens.
Here's the thing, because after
you want one of those teams or both of those teams to get in easily.
That's it.
But for the community, having a game like that to end the season,
it's
going to
be here's the thing: they could both be 1-9, and that game's going to be bonkers. And so, which is so much fun for the kids. Last year was a slugfest, and I think this year. And Coach DeWitt and Coach Nash, like I talked about, have done such an amazing job. But that game will mean that it'll be who you play in the playoffs, because we match up against a really good district. And so, because, Saginaw won the district and played Azle and had to pick it. No, don't throw that.
Oh. It'll be a pass interference called against Eagle Mountain.
that
some
game will
penalties is
mean
helping out
that it'll
Burkburnett
be
stay in this
who you
football
play in
game.
the playoffs because we match up against a really good district.
Watching the field.
And so, because Saginaw won the district and played Azle, interference call. The safety came over. Oh, don't throw that! Tried to be aggressive on it. That's one of those things that you got bracketed and just got a little too aggressive. I might, if I was in Jeremy's shoes, I may not have agreed as much.
Yeah, looking at the replay, it wasn't too much contact downfield. It didn't look like.
I probably would have suggested that maybe he didn't have to throw the flag.
How did those conversations usually go? Just very peaceful on the sideline?
Dear sir, I disagree wholeheartedly with your decision, respectfully. And I
feel like that should have been talked about more. How nice you were to the officials.
Well, don't ask the officials, because I turn into an idiot sometimes, and so I look at it and then. So I would say, what did you the best conversations with the officials is always, what did you see?
Yeah.
And because there's time, and because the best officials, just like in anything else, will talk. Will say, Coach, I saw this, this, and this, and you can be happy with it or upset with it, but as long as they give you the information. Got counter again, got a taste from behind.
Good cut there. I believe that was Kirkpatrick again.
That kid's finding the crease. They run that counter really well.
It wasn't Kirkpatrick. That was actually Riley Morgan. He's kind of come alive here in the second half.
They're upset with it, but as long as they give you the information.
Backup running back for
counter
Burkburnett.
again, got a taste from behind. But if an official, they can't. And they don't know
Kirkpatrick again.
But the ones that say, Coach, I'll get you an answer here in a second, or you know what, may not have seen that the right way, and I can live with that. And so. But it's part of the game. They're doing the best they can. Here's the thing: the officials are doing the best that they can, and they're awesome people and love the game.
Don't get paid much either.
No, they don't.
There was a missed tackle there on the reception, so it'll be a touchdown for Burkburnett. And now all of a sudden, Coach, it's a one-touchdown game.
Part of the game. They're doing the best they can. Here's the thing: the officials are doing the best that they can. Condition. They're awesome people. Off season and love the game. Sometimes you just get in games, and it comes down to this.
There's a missed tackle there on the reception, so it'll be a touchdown.
That team on that sideline hasn't quit, and I know the Knights have not quit, and so are they going for two? They're going for two. Here we go.
They're going to go for two here. Interesting.
Yeah.
It'll make it a 6-point game if they get it.
They got 0. They got Scadaboo in the backfield with them. He's also the starting nose guard.
Yeah. Don't usually see that.
Motion. Make a play. Make a play. Make a play. Pick
throw it up in
Go
the
score.
end zone.
Still in the air.
It's incomplete. There was a flag that came down.
I believe it hit a lineman. I think the lineman almost had a touchdown, which would have been highly illegal. And so,
so it'll remain an 8-point game. Bit of interesting decision there. I mean,
yeah, I don't. When you're the underdog, you're 0-6. He says, you know what, we're going to score, and sometimes that gives you a mental edge to get to try that again. And so, we'll see. We'll see if that hurts them.
So, Coach, 5:10 left, 8-point game. A little bit of a new topic of discussion kind of that we've had in these late games has been the new rule of the 2-minute timeout in high school football. So it kind of, Burkburnett has 2 timeouts, but in theory they have 3 timeouts.
And so that's a player, and I think that's a great rule to have just because it creates that excitement at the end. And so that adds to Eagle Mountain. With them having 2 timeouts and the 2-minute deal, if they don't, for a touchdown here, that you'd love to have about a 4-minute drive right here to where if they can get about 5 first downs, they can put this thing away to do that. And so that's what it comes down to with, like I was saying, if you run the ball and you have the off season and you're conditioning and now they haven't played a clean game, but this is when you look at each other and say, okay, enough messing around. Let's go take care of business and let's get to next week.
So, Coach, what's the first play of this drive for the Knights that Coach Abensham would call?
I'm gonna ask our O-line to say, let's go win the game. And so let's run counter, let's run Let's go get 6 yards of carry. Let's go get first downs and kind of break their will a little bit. That it has not been pretty. We don't want to throw any picks. We don't want any mess. So let's run a power. Let's run the quarterback read. Let's not mess around. Don't get cute. This is because, like you said, we're one score. We're only one score up. Let's not let them believe that they can jump back in this thing in the next 5 minutes.
I say just give the ball to Justin Fox, let him go crazy.
I think that's a fair point. You wouldn't be wrong. Or my man number 8. I think he's
Starks is averaging 7 yards a carry.
I like 7 yards. In my math, I'm down.
That gets you those 5 first downs.
That'll help
pretty quickly.
Yes, sir. So they got a lead right there.
So here's a handoff to Starks, big hole.
Good job. 12 yards. That's not a bad way to start out.
There's that first down. And put yourself in Burkburnett's shoes, their head coach. When would you start to call those timeouts at this point? Because it gets a little bit tough because it's like if they get a first down, then you're kind of like, I wish I didn't burn that timeout.
We would have a mathematical chart, and then when we got into the analytics, it would have it out spelled for you. It'd say you're down by 8. You got 4:40 on the clock. Start calling timeouts under 3 minutes because you're within one score, so you really just need a stop. And so, like, I wouldn't call timeout here. They made a good stop right here. Second down. You still got time. 4.5 minutes is it's an eternity right now. And so there's still time left. And if they can get, like I said, if we can get doing a good job. We're running the play clock down.
Yeah, we got a 2nd and long coming up.
And we don't, if we have to punt, we don't want to give them a short field. We want to make them march all the way down.
Yep.
Spreading them out a little bit here. See if we get some room.
Down to 5 on the play clock.
That's a good job.
Quarterback power. Keep it on quarterback draw. Close to the first down.
We're yards short. Good job right there. They pulled the guard, ran power, and kind of like you said, it's quarterback draw with the lead guard up there. And he's a good runner. He's a tough kid. Indiola's a tough kid.
So it'll be 3rd and 1, Coach. Obviously, when they snap this ball, it'll be about 3:04 on the game clock. If they get the first down, would that timeout come after it?
I think so. I think you're going to have to. You're probably looking at, if not after that, after 2nd down.
Yeah.
We got to get this one.
So they give it to Justin Fox on the direct snap.
He got it. That should be first down. Good job. Well done. That was a good play. They ran in that box formation, old Hazel stuff that they used to do. So he may wait to get to, the thing is, again, being 1 score down, if you're 2 scores down, I'm burning them right now. I'm making them re-snap the ball, but Eagle Mountain kind of has control right now. Take care of it. Let the clock run. Be smart. Be smart. Be smart. Hold on to it, baby. There we go.
That clock will continue to run.
This reminds me of some of those middle school games that we used to watch when we had the Coach Abensham show.
Yes, sir.
Coach would be giving us a talk about what happened during the game.
Yeah.
He'd see something going on the field. Okay, all right, boys. All right, boys, make it.
Got to cheer them on.
So there is that timeout, Coach.
So 2:27, not a bad idea. So now you're 2nd and long and 2nd and 9, what it looks like. And so you still got the 2 minute. You still got a timeout. You force a 3rd down right here. If they force a 3rd and long, now you got to decide, Eagle Mountain, do we want to throw the ball? If we throw the ball, obviously, we can stop the clock, but we can get a first down. It's a risk reward, and that's, as an assistant AD, I'm never wrong because I would have said I wouldn't have done that. So
it's a good position to be in.
I've got my back to Coach Cates, who's the offensive coordinator. I'm right beside him, and I don't want to make eye contact with him. I don't want to make him nervous. He's got to make the play. He's an excellent football coach. He comes from a long line of football coaches in his family. His brother's a head coach at Richland. His other brother was a head coach at LaGrange and is at other places. His dad was an accomplished coach, and Coach Cates came to us. He was a head coach at Merkel, and he is. If you ever get to to watch him coach. He's man, he gets fired up.
You know, speaking of dads, Coach Mullen's dad is the stadium manager.
He's a stadium manager.
That's awesome.
That guy's won a lot of football games. They just ran a blitz right through. If he get through, he's got a chance.
Oh my goodness, a broken tackle.
He may score.
Broke the blitz off, and this game is church, Coach. Touchdown Vindiola, and that will likely do it.
He's still not making. I can look at him now. He won't look at me.
Oh my goodness, a broken tackle.
He may score.
Broke the blitz off, and this game
Indiola's a tough
is
kid, you know,
church, Coach.
You put the ball in the hands of the kids that can make plays, and Vindiola has proven. And he has come so far, and he's such a tough kid. So now get this kick right here and knock it through.
So it is through. It'll be a 15-point lead for Eagle Mountain. The game isn't officially over, but it's very tough in high school football to get 2 touchdowns with 2:16 left and 1 timeout.
No doubt.
It's happened before, but
It's happened before, but I think
there will be the 2-minute timeout that's coming. What's up? Stephanie Crowley's on the chat. Crowlin?
Oh, yeah?
Yep.
From London?
From London. Oh, wow.
hey, come home. It's only about 3:30 a.m. Is that right? She don't care.
3:30.
That's great. Does she really?
Yep.
Bless her, man. That's so cool. Wow. That's so cool. Nothing like Texas high school football,
Nope,
man.
nothing like it, Coach. Nothing like it.
I heard that. How awesome is that? That is so cool.
And so, Coach, I've noticed in this game, I don't know if other schools are doing it, that Eagle Mountain actually has like a replay system to kind of look at former play. Like, is that
That's everybody.
Really?
We've
Okay.
all got now. When you've got now, this is the newer system,
Yeah.
and so a lot of times it's going to work and more reliable. I'm not going to
Yeah.
say the other ones are older. Maybe they're more experienced, but they may not work as
Yeah.
well. And so,
Huh,
but we
how
have
about
that.
this?
It's called Wiser, but no, they have the ability to do
Do
it.
the players on the sideline get a look at it, or is it only the coaches up in the press box?
Now, what are you talking about on the?
So I see.
Oh, yeah. I'm sorry. No,
The-
that is a new rule started last year that the
Okay.
coaches can have the tablets and look at it and see the plays and see exactly what's
Wow.
going on.
Okay.
And so you can.
That's crazy that's
I know,
happening in high
and
school.
so the kids you can have it on the sideline as well and look at it and show the kid, hey. And then at halftime you can go in and do that. And
Wow.
so,
Okay.
but
That is huge. That is huge.
and it just gives you that look of, hey, you know, that because I can go back to games of, man, if we would have had that guard climb to the middle linebacker, that counter would have fit so
Yeah.
much better. And, you know, if and buts were candy and nuts, we'd all have a Merry Christmas. And so,
Here's a handoff.
well,
To the right
I'll
side.
give to the Burkburnett kids. They are fighting their
Yep.
tail off, man, and they are special. They are special.
Yeah, came in as underdogs in this game, and
They did.
they really to come out and to start this game, they really punched Eagle Mountain in the mouth and really gave them their best effort to start this one. But the Knights really came alive.
The Knights, Coach Mullins did a great job at halftime and made some adjustments and had to wake them up. And you know, like I said, all three schools that played this week for Eagle Mountain Saginaw really had great second halves, and that's a culture.
Yep.
That's something that I'm proud of to say. But
Coach, what adjustments do you see?
Yeah, it's more so that you have an initial plan and say, okay, we normally would do this, but safety, I want you sitting up top and not come down as hard, and so you kind of have to go back and go, if they're not playing as fast as they normally do, then take away the thinking and go back to what they know and go back to the foundation.
Yeah.
And so there's a lot of times we'll walk in and go back to base. Like, we have all this beautiful plan. We worked all day Sunday making this game plan. We're like, everything we taught you all week, forget it. Go back to day one, because if they're not running fast, then you got to get to that deal. And so I'm gonna go. I'm gonna do a couple more plays and let the professionals.
Perfect.
Well,
finish
Coach,
this.
this has been amazing.
Yeah, this has been awesome.
I
You
think this
guys
is
are
the-
awesome.
I think this is the first Emmy performance that we've had.
That is not true. I know better than that. I know better than that. You guys.
Coach, I'll leave you with one more question.
Okay.
Favorite game you coached in your career?
Oh,
we got to hear
man.
it. It could be maybe 2 or 3, but
Okay, 2 or 3. There's not a Saginaw game that
Yeah.
there's not the Eaton game because our kids were so prepared.
What was that? The one a couple
in
years
the playoffs.
Yep.
That one
unbelievable.
is just because Zoe was a senior in the stands. I had Lily on the sidelines.
Yep.
Allie was the same, and it just that game meant so much. A game that stands out is 2013. We went to Ryder and won.
Yep.
We were a big underdog there. But just, man, I can go back to 2006, the very first game I coached against LD Bell.
He remembers this one. He
Jim
talks
was
about
there.
this one all the time.
Like you talk about, we were gut rotten for a half, and then all of a sudden, kids and Paul Jacobs Jr. catches it, wins it in overtime. So it was kind of like. I'll go back to 2010 against Arlington Heights when we played at Brewer. That was, I remember Jonathan Epps when I was a running back, and I'm looking at JV kids. We're down 35-10. I'm looking at JV kids to play running back, and we come back and win the game 51-48.
That was when Stone was playing both
Stone,
ways.
that's when Jacob Stone was playing.
Had to go to the hospital
Had to give him
afterwards.
an IV after the game. I mean, you talk about kids. Coach McNeil, who was on the team, he's on there. We beat Birdville at Cowboy Stadium with Trayvon and.
How was that game? That game was unbelievable.
Man.
Because you guys were down in that game too and came back, right?
Big down.
Yep.
And I was like, we're better than this, and they figured
Kurt
it out.
Sauls was quarterback in that game,
he
right?
Played,
Yep.
He played quarterback. Oh, it's wild. Him and Anthony played.
Yep.
And that was, and then Lubbock Cooper at Wichita Falls,
Oh,
round
man.
3.
Yep.
Just
What was that? 20.
That was 2016.
Yep.
And just a blessing. I was lucky. I was so lucky to get to be a part of that deal. We had so many good kids and coaches, and people like y'all that want to be a part. And that means the world to me. But man, thank y'all very much.
Yeah, thank you, Coach.
Thank you, Coach.
Thanks
Really
for
appreciate
joining
it.
us tonight, man.
You guys are
That's the
fantastic.
greatest half of football in 20 years.
100%. Have a good one, Coach. So that was Coach Av joining us for the second half, and man, we may have to clip that one and post it on the Facebook. That was
Absolutely.
unbelievable. So a minute 06 left in this one. Eagle Mountain gonna one more run play, and it'll likely be after this victory formation.
Yeah, I
here at
think
Eagle
this
Mountain
will
High
go
School, and
victory formation. And man, I tell you what, Peyton, what a great job by Coach
Oh, man.
Avanchan. It was like watching a NFL game for
Yep.
me. I'm able to run the cameras, don't have to talk, don't have to screw things up. And,
like we said, we're gonna have to pull out some dollars for him because
Yeah.
we need him every
Every week.
game. Yeah.
Well, and I was going to say, I couldn't keep up with what I was doing up here. I was just sitting there listening to Coach the whole time.
I mean, we used to talk about all the time. You could just listen to Coach Av speak for hours on and hours and hours. And man, what a great guy! What a great coach! And it's even better that he's still amongst the school district and a part of all the athletic programs now, having a say in all 4 of this high schools. And I would say moving forward, I'm not sure what's going to happen with the I know there's going to be an opening for the athletic director role, but I think UMSISC is going to be in good hands moving forward with whoever's in that role.
Well, we definitely had an exciting one here as the Eagle Mountain Knights pull off the win 38-23 in really an exciting football game.
Yeah.
Burkburnett, I don't think they need to hang their head for anything because they hung around.
Yeah, Burkburnett, they played a really good game. I felt like their game plan coming out was really good, and it felt like the tide really shifted in that first drive that Eagle Mountain had when they had that turnover, and Burkburnett capitalized. And look, they lost this football game, but I'll tell you what, their quarterback Brody Boyd, that kid was throwing the football all over the field.
had
and
some really good passes.
really good passes. The receivers played really well. You just don't see that, especially from a 4A team, but a team that was 0-6 heading into this game, they didn't look like it at all. And tip of the cap to them. But Coach Mullins, first district win of the season for him, and it's just what you need whenever you're trying to go get a playoff berth. So a good win for the Knights, and look, they're heading into the
good
next
adjustments at halftime. They came out with a good plan. Like Coach said, you did see a little more pep in their step.
Yep.
And that's what good coaches do.
Let's do a quick commercial break.
We'll take a commercial break. When we come back, we'll have the post-game show here on Boswell/Eagle Mountain Sports broadcast on BSPT.
It's Football Friday night. For the brand we stand, we fight. With the blue and gold, side by side, we bleed pride.
Okay.
All right, welcome back to the post-game show where the Eagle Mountain Knights have checked into the win column, 38-23 over Burkburnett, keeping their playoff hopes in check. And I tell you what, this was a fun one, Peyton.
Yeah, it was a good game. I was expecting it to be a blowout. It didn't end up being that, and I think that's really just a testament to Burkburnett and how they showed up tonight and really fought hard and played well. And look, it was one of those games where they needed how they started that football game to try to pull off the upset, and they just couldn't capitalize in the second half. But I think massively that second half was really due to with how Eagle Mountain finished the first half. I felt like how they managed both the clock with it was a little under a minute left, and they were at like the 40-yard line for Burkburnett, and the play calls that they were running and what they were doing, both scheme-wise and also Coach Mullins, with the timeout or the 2 timeouts that he used down there in that last stretch. I thought that was big, good for them and to have momentum heading into the second half, and they really picked up where they left off. And man, you look at their offense. There's some studs on their team. I think you look at Terry Starks, Vindiola, Justin Fox. They've got 3. I mean, they got the 3-headed monster of their own over here across the way from Boswell High School. So it's good to see a sister school of Boswell. I think somebody just hit some metal up there. So sorry about that. Had some ringing ears. But, yeah, I mean, it's nice to see a sister school having some good success, especially in their young campaign. We remember the dog years of when Chisholm first came around.
Yeah.
It wasn't this successful.
No, I mean, Chisholm has made the playoffs, I believe, only one season out of all, the 2 decades.
Yeah. Now, to be fair to them, that they did, whenever they joined, it was a lot of, they were facing some pretty stiff competition in districts. But, I mean, you look at Eagle Mountain, that Coach Mullins, when we heard that Eagle Mountain was going to be being built, if you were in and around the Boswell program and kept tabs on what Coach Mullins was doing at Toller, you kind of knew who the man was going to be, especially with Ab going into the assistant athletic director role. And I remember speaking with Matt Diggs a few years ago. I think it was like 6 or 7 months before Mullins was hired, and I said, keep an eye out on that Eagle Mountain job. Mullins is going to be the head coach. And I was looking at that the other day because I was texting with Diggs, and I was just like, it seemed like the stars were aligned, and he's just the perfect guy for it. He's young. He's going to be here for a bit, I think. And, man, with the facilities they have, the kids that are coming in, and the buy-in of the community, I mean, you don't see at a lot of these high schools throughout the area the amount of like community involvement in this high school, and it's a joy to see for the North Fort Worth area. And look, hopefully Eagle Mountain moving forward can have some great success. And look, if Boswell ever faces them, we're going to hope not whenever they face Boswell, but moving on in those other games, we'll always be rooting on for Eagle Mountain. So it was really cool tonight, Jim, for the first time ever on Boswellsports, we called a game that did not involve Boswell High School. So it was really cool really cool to do. And look, I mean, The door may be open for some playoff games within the district if we want it, but
Hey, who knows?
yeah, who knows?
There's always that possibility. And if we can get Coach Ab in here,
Oh,
that'd
man.
be
Oh,
even,
man.
even better. So let's talk about this one, Peyton. Let's talk about those adjustments in the second half and what gave Eagle Mountain that upper hand.
So I felt like defensively in the second half, I felt like their secondary played way better than they did in the first half. Brody Boyd was kind of throwing the pill all over the field on them in that first half. And I think a lot of that had to do with they were getting beat over the top on a lot of deep balls. And, and on even some plays where it would be, 3rd and 10 or 1st and 10, 2nd and 10, there was a lot of soft coverages where they were just hitting guys underneath. And it really just wasn't working out because their yard after the catch was really good. And, I feel like Eagle Mountain did a great job of picking up that slack in the second half and really coming alive. And, even offensively, they didn't have any turnovers in the second half, did a really good job. Vindiola running the football well, Terry Starks running the football well, and then, Justin Fox as well for him. And that's a little three-headed monster. We saw a little bit of Middleton in the second half, which is great to see him get involved.
Yeah, really pretty much, though, kept in check.
Yeah.
I tell you what, and we'll talk about it here in a minute with our players of the game, but Justin Fox was just a force.
Yeah, it's cool to see. You don't. It's kind of weird now seeing guys that we used to call for Boswell that are over here at Eagle Mountain, but
yeah, making an impact.
Yeah, making an impact. Justin Fox, he was a guy that was kind of like a filler piece. I felt like with Boswell, and it's good to see that. Even with kids that are moving or having to change schools, that they're getting to have, to step up in big roles at a new high school. And look, I mean, this is a school playing in 4A. They've got a chance to make the playoffs, and you never know what can happen once you make the big dance. So it's good to see them get a win, and it's something that they need, especially to start, in that second game of district play.
Not sure if I got Keith back in here, but Keith.
Yes.
What did you see from your vantage point, your little bird's nest up above us?
A lot of buttons.
A lot of buttons.
A lot of buttons. I think the player of the game for Keith is himself. It has to be.
No.
I'll tell you what, we put Keith through the paces tonight. And for those of you that don't know, our motto at Boswellsports is duct tape and baling wire. And this week really put that to the test.
Yes.
We had to rebuild the entire broadcast because we're set up to do Boswell games. And so what that means is all the graphics you see, all the sounds, the microphones, the cameras, all had to be brought in together and duplicate what we do for Boswell.
Yep.
And that's no easy task. And so Keith is up there. He's running the soundboard. He's running the computer. He's running the clock, the down and distance. And he's trying to fix all the things that I didn't get perfect setting this thing up during the week. And so Keith, my hat off to you for a good presentation. Who's your, from what you saw, who's your players of the game?
Right now, that little girl with her dad running the football field. No, I'm just kidding. Justin Fox, obviously, I think he needs to go both sides for me. So it just, he owned the game, especially in the first half.
I'm going to make it easy. It's also a sweep. I think Justin Fox, his impact both sides of the football, he's going to be a guy that I think they're going to need to really rely on heading down the rest of the season. I'm going to be keeping tabs on this team, I think. I think they've got some potential.
I tell you what, let's make, just like he did, let's make this a hat trick. I got to go with Justin Fox, too. I think you take him away, and this is a lot
I think
tighter
so too.
football game.
Yeah, there was definitely a lot of plays that were stuck in the backfield or something like that, and then all of a sudden I hear you guys Justin Fox, and I'm looking at him. There he goes down the field.
Well, when we had the PA announcer in the first quarter and a half, it seemed like every defensive play was Justin Fox. Justin Fox. Justin Fox. And so he just had an outstanding game. Vindiola had a great game. Starks had a great game. Really,
three-headed monster for them.
That team has really got good chemistry, and that's what you need. This is a group that has bought into a system, as we heard Coach Ab talk about it a little bit. Coach Mullins came in here, brand new coach, brand new facility, a hodgepodge of kids coming from other high schools and having to work together after being opponents for so long.
It's unbelievable.
And they come in here and they put it together and they've really bought in. And I look for good things from this football team.
Absolutely. I mean, and, you know, and me being in the neighborhood just kind of right across the street, it's like watching this place get built and just coming in and stuff and you know, my son with the band and seeing the stuff that the band had to go through too. It's just what he's able to do is amazing. You know, keeping the kids focused, and we may not have the flashy signing thing yet, but it's coming, right? And so keeping the kids focused that way and keeping them bought into the system was definitely took the talent of somebody that knows what they're doing.
Well, you guys, I appreciate you talking me into this last week. You know, I thought it was going to be another one of those relaxing Friday nights, but man, I tell you what, this one was fun to do.
Yeah, I enjoyed it.
And really enjoyed bringing the Eagle Mountain Knights to the broadcast and presenting them literally to the world, as we had folks from across the pond tuning in and checking in. We go back to our regular schedule next week with the Boswell Pioneers as they face off against the North Crowley Eagles there in North Crowley. And, you know, that'll be a very huge challenge for Boswell and those kids.
I expect Coach Weaver and them to come out to start that game trying to do some trickery, I think.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be one of those games where they're going to have to pull out every trick in the book, because that game they lost last week, it hurts them with their playoff chances. They need to go get a win, and it may have to be an upset against one of the best teams in the state.
I was going to say, what an earthquake moment that would be.
Yeah, you get that one, and that one's huge. We do have a coaches show that we do every Tuesday night live from Red's Barbecue at 7335 Boat Club Road, and love to have folks come out and join us for that as we talk to Coach Wes Weaver about that game last week against Mansfield Legacy, and then this week's game against North Crowley, and then we also invite in a player. I think we're going to try to get Ola. We're going to try to get their big nose guard or nose tackle in there for a one-on-one with him, and that's always a lot of fun.
I'm going to be interested to hear what he says. That's going to be a good one, I think.
So that is Tuesday night, 5 o'clock there at Reds. We had an audience last week with us, so we're hoping we have another one, and then of course on next Friday night. We'll have pregame at 6:30. We'll bring all the live action at 7 o'clock, and that'll wrap it up here as the Eagle Mountain Knights get a win, and they beat the Burkburnett Bulldogs 38-23. So for Peyton Peterson and Keith Diamond, I'm Jim Howard saying good night from Eagle Mountain High School, and go Knights.
Go Knights.
Peyton Peters.